Okay, Luke, let's go here in about 60 or whenever you're ready to roll the open. Yeah, let's go.
Roncalli football is on CBS Sports 1430. The McDonald's pregame show with Rob Brown starts now.
And a pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to Roncalli High School football here on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network. The whole crew back with you on the south side. Rob Brown, Dan Bowers, Steve Wilson, our statistician Bob Michael, all thrilled to be bringing you Roncalli football tonight as Roncalli back on home turf to take on the Guerin Catholic Golden Eagles in a Circle City Conference matchup. And for Roncalli, it's all about momentum gained last week on the road. First road game of the season, fellas, last week. And we talked, Dan, you and I did in the postgame. You can make the case it's one of the better road wins this team has had, this program has had in the last 4 or 5 years. Coming from behind a couple different times to defeat a Columbus North team, a 6A Columbus North team, by the score of 31-27. All sorts of good things happened for Roncalli last Friday on both sides of the ball.
Well, when you compare it to 2 years ago when Roncalli lost here to Columbus North and you walked off the stadium floor going, man, that was a terrible performance. That team was not good, and we lost to them by 2 touchdowns. Then you turn that around. 2 totally different teams. I mean, Columbus North was really good, and they kept coming. That quarterback is one of the best quarterbacks I've seen in a long time. His athleticism, what he could do with his arm and his legs, especially his legs. But, Roncalli didn't flinch. They just kind of kept at it, kept coming back at him. With the score, back and forth, getting tied, then going ahead, and then letting them go ahead again. And, it had everything you could want in a football game. And especially as a Roncalli fan, the outcome is what you want too, and Columbus North didn't like it. But it was a great win by Roncalli.
Well, and Steve, there's all sorts of superlatives you can say about Roncalli's offensive line. They had to do some juggling with Patrick Meek suffering a season-ending injury. So you go into that game with 3 sophomores starting on an offensive line and 2 juniors going up against a 6A front, and you come away with almost 400 yards of offense and 2 different 100-yard rushers.
It was incredible performance by the offense. And it was a great win. It was just great for morale to be able to get that win on the road. The downside is, and I think Coach Rodenberg would agree with me, the last 2 weeks we've given up 55 points. And, we played good teams, we played good offenses, but championship football teams do not give up that number of points. I mean, it just doesn't work that way. We're going to play good offenses in the once the tournament starts, and we've got to get that taken care of, because you give up that kind of points and your season's going to be over. But I like our chances tonight. Guerin comes in, a solid football program. Tom Dilley does a great job up there, and we do have a size advantage up front, and I think Guerin's going to have a tough time dealing with it. Looking at their roster, they have one defensive lineman that's over 200 pounds, so they're going to have some problems.
Well, we'll get deeper into the matchup as we go further here on this McDonald's pregame show. Roncalli coming in 2-1, Guerin 1-1. A little bit of an interruption in their season. They played week 1 and beat McCutcheon 14-7. Then had some COVID issues that was really school-wide and shut a majority of the athletic program down for 2 weeks. And then to come back and lose last week to Brebeuf in a conference game 28-7. So they've scored, this offense for Guerin has scored 3 touchdowns in 2 games.
Yeah, 21 points total is that's got to be a concern for their coaching staff. And something I'm sure they've worked on this week because any team, to your point, if you give up a lot of points, if you can't put points on the board, then you're going to be in trouble too. And right now, you got to question whether Guerin can put points on the board. And the hard part, their offense isn't built for quick scoring. So they're a ball control offense. If Roncalli can get ahead early, then it will really pull them out of what Guerin wants to do and really make it difficult for them to come back.
Well, as we do, before we close the books entirely on last week's 31-27 win over Columbus North, as we do during each and every pregame show, we look back, listen to some highlights from the previous week, For Roncalli, in that case, it was a 31-27 win at Columbus North. At the 3. Give to Hueler again. Barron runs up his back. He reverses field. He spins and he walks it into the short corner. Oh, that shades of Marcus Allen in the Super Bowl. He was hemmed in on the left side. All of a sudden, he spun a complete 360 back to the other side and took it to the short side and in.
And Leffler had to get out of his way.
Aidan back in shotgun, has Hueler to his right. 3 seconds on the play clock. Aidan takes the snap, fakes, looks down the field, tries the far side, has a man down there, and it's broken up.
He caught it! He caught it!
What a catch!
He went over the top of him.
Oh, my!
Pass complete to number 13, John Troxell.
That's John Troxell. What a play by Troxell. Oh, the home run ball down the sideline for 36 yards, down to the 4-yard line. Leffler in the pistol. Give on the delay to Hueler. Barron walks it in from 5 yards out. Touchdown.
Roncalli.
Third touchdown of the night for Barron. And Roncalli's back on top for the first time since the first quarter. 4th down and 7 at the 46 of Columbus North. 1:37 left. Roncalli leads by 4.
Roncalli DBs are doing a really good job. They're pressing the receivers and doing a great job sticking with them down the field so that they don't get open.
Here we go. Hammonds. Pass in the flat. Picked off by Owen Volk in the flat. Owen Volk jumped the route and he picked it off.
He was rushing. He just jumped up and took it out of the air.
He jumped up on a rush and picked it off. The first turnover of the night is the biggest of the night.
Wow.
What a play. 200-yard rushers for Roncalli and Hueler and Leffler.
7 p.m.
And a big interception by the senior Owen Volk to ice it. Our final tonight from Columbus. Roncalli 31, Columbus North 27. Well, highlights from last week's 31-27 win to lift Roncalli to a 2-1 record. We'll take our first break here on the pregame show. When we return, we'll have more. Dan and Steve will dive deeper into this matchup tonight between Roncalli and the Golden Eagles of Guerin Catholic. We'll also have our pregame chat with Roncalli head coach John Rodenberg. All that coming up next after this on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
We're so thrilled to have Peyton Manning's name on our children's hospital. But we are a hospital designed for kids.
And then the halfback went in motion and then ran a slant route across the middle. Try to get a linebacker isolated on him. I like this beat. It's nice. Give me some more bass. A little more bass here. These are nice. Wish they had them at the adult hospital next door. I think I'm gonna make this giraffe green.
That's crazy.
Might be right. Let's go red right, scat right, 585, wide drag, on two. Ready? Break. Nice ride. Y'all have these in blue? Can you hear this?
There's only one Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, offering world-class compassionate care for your child. Schedule primary ER or specialist care online.
Thanks, Peyton. We've got this.
Oh, okay. That's where they go.
Yet, COVID won't kill me. I'm young. COVID won't kill me.
Famous last words. Don't let them be yours. Socially distance. Mask up, America.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 21 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the pay.
Correct. Rob Brown, Dan Bauer, Steve Wilson back with you on the McDonald's pregame show. Before we go any further, just past the top of the hour, let's pause quickly for the station identification, reminding you you're listening to Roncalli Football and the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
CBS Sports 1430, WXNT AM Indianapolis, WZPL HC2 Greenfield, a Cumulus station.
Well, back with you. Thank you for spending part of your Friday night with us. Certainly feels like football weather here on the south side. 63 degrees will be our game time temperature here at the bottom of the hour. Expected temperature by the end of the game to be in the low 50s. So a very pleasant night. A little bit of a breeze here coming out of the east. As we take you up to kickoff, which is about 20 minutes away, let's take a deeper look at this matchup tonight between Roncalli and Guerin Catholic. The 5th all-time meeting. Roncalli has won all of the previous 4. Winning last year 42-14. We'll talk more about that in a second, but the previous 3 meetings before that were all decided by 10 points or less. So last year's game was the only game that really got lopsided, and Dan, it got lopsided early as Roncalli had 4 touchdowns in the first quarter of 40 yards or more. Big plays, 3 touchdown scores from Kyle Lockard. He ended up setting a program record with 208 receiving yards by the time the game was over, and Roncalli really ran away from Guerin. Do you expect to see a similar thing tonight in terms of Roncalli wanting to get out and trying to establish the passing game early?
I think they should. Obviously, they established the running game last week, so they know they can run the ball. I think that it would be nice to see a couple other guys get some carries tonight, but I think they have to work on the passing game early when you got your starters in the game, just in case it does get out of hand, that they can get some, because as Steve talked about with the letting too many points on the board, Roncalli has to be able to put points on the board, especially if they're going to have a defense that lets up a lot of points. So they're some of these teams later in the season, they're not going to be able to just run the ball all the time. They need to have a run and a pass attack that loosens up the defense and allows them to have stronger both air and running attacks. And they don't need to air it down the field. I think they need to get their short game, get some slants going, get some guys in the slots working, so that they can have some confidence built by the quarterback and the receivers, and start to get to know each other, so that they can use that later in the season when they absolutely have to have it.
Well, Steve, you want to elaborate on that? Go ahead.
Well, first of all, Dan is not being truthful. He never wants to throw the ball. We're going to throw one pass and it's going to be incomplete, and Dan's going to be the guy in the stands yelling, "Run the ball." Let's be honest.
You got a big line, get behind them.
So, but I do think we're going to see Coach Bonish trying to establish a little bit of a passing game. We're going to run it. We're going to throw it. And I think we're going to see quite a bit of Lockard tonight with the jet sweep and the shuffle pass, and maybe even down the field he's going to take some shots with him there too. But I expect us to be able, hopefully, I think with our size advantage, we should be able to do what we want offensively tonight.
How about on the other side of the ball? They like to run. They're one of the few teams in the area that is going to, more often than not, put a quarterback under center, put 2 in the backfield, maybe have a single back, 2 tight ends. They've got a running back in Jagger Albert, who's a senior who runs hard. What do you see for keys on the defensive side?
Well, just watching them warm up, they like to give it to that fullback and let him run right up the middle, which I can't tell a lie. Steve's going to call me out on it. That's the kind of football I love. Get an eye back, get a fullback running up the middle, ISO that linebacker, bring the tailback right behind him, let him read off of it, and get 7-8 yards each time, and just keep running the ball till they can stop you. The hard part of that now is today's defenses aren't stopped. They're not built to stop those. So this is something going to be new. So even though they're not real big, they don't have the horses that can really pull it off. The scheme itself will give Roncalli a little bit of trouble. Now, they've been working on it all week, so hopefully it doesn't give them trouble for long. But it is a lot different what Roncalli's going to see tonight, and how you stop this defense. You got to be very scheme-oriented. You got to be in your right gaps. You got to really play. Now, again, they've got a size advantage, so that should help them stay in the right gaps. Although sometimes a small, quick line can get you out of a position just by positioning, not necessarily blowing you off the line of scrimmage. So they got to be careful.
And when the spread offense first arrived, it was hard to defend because it was new and you hadn't seen it and you weren't sure how to defend it. Now everybody's running it, and for the most part, that's what you go against every week. So this is now what's hard to stop.
Yeah.
This is what you have to prepare for. It's very difficult to stop.
Well, we're going to go ahead and jump to our pregame interview with Roncalli head coach John Rodenberg. Here are Coach Rodenberg's thoughts prior to tonight's ball game. We're here with Roncalli head coach John Rodenberg in advance of Roncalli's first road game of this season tonight, taking on 6A Columbus North. Before we get into the matchup tonight, Coach, let's go back to last week's game, a 28-7 conference loss at home to Bishop Chatard. As you had a chance on Friday night and into Saturday to look back at the tape, what do you feel like were the deciding factors in the outcome of the game?
You know, after watching the film on Saturday morning, I actually felt a lot better. There's 5 plays I love to have back on defense, you know, and there's a couple mistakes we made on offense where we could have kept the ball. And you're playing a great football team. You're playing a team that's, you know, it's got a lot of swagger right now. And they're making plays. And they made a couple plays that they had to have, and they made them. And we didn't make a couple plays. But as far as our scheme and our execution and our effort, we're getting there. I mean, I saw a lot of positives. A lot of positives enough to feel better than I did Friday night, you know. And, you don't want to feel good after a loss. But sometimes you can win and look at the film the next day and feel pretty bad. To where I looked at the film and I say, okay, this football team's getting better. And it was only our second game, and we're still under a new defensive scheme. So we're still learning. So I got a lot out of it.
Over the course, you brought up something that I want to follow up on. Over the course of your coaching career, which is now into its 3rd decade, how many times have you gone home on a Friday night with the perception of what you saw, and then the next day looked at the film and that perception has changed?
A lot, you know, and I've learned over the years not to say a whole lot on Friday night to the kids. You know, early in my career, I would celebrate too fast, or I would criticize too fast. You got to watch the film to really learn what happened. We played a really good football team Friday night, and we're just not quite there, but we're getting there.
So offensively on Friday night, and really week 1 too, the passing game has, through 2 games, struggled to kind of find its footing and find its rhythm. How much of that is just that, and how much of it is things that you see that you got to make some changes?
You know, you got to tweak some changes, got to keep looking at it and seeing what's wrong, evaluating why aren't we getting things, what's going on, what kind of reads are we missing, and then you got to go to work, and then you got to work those, got to keep working those tweaks. So I would say I don't think we're far off on the passing game. I think we just need to keep working, and you know, it's something that we can't put the team on Barron's back. We got to give him a little support, and so we've got to get better in throwing the football.
Columbus North, the opponent tonight, they come in 2-1. We're here with Roncalli head coach John Rodenberg, as Roncalli back at home taking on Guerin Catholic tonight in a Circle City Conference matchup. Before we get into the matchup tonight, Coach, let's go back to last week. A great win on the road for your team, a comeback win on the road to beat Columbus North 31-27. When you talked to your guys both after the game, and I'm sure that your comments were a little more extensive on Saturday when you saw them in the morning after you watched the film, what was your message to the team about what they were able to accomplish?
Well, you know, we needed that game. You know, we needed to prove to ourselves we could win. I mean, I think this is a good football team, and you know, I think we're getting better every week. But there comes that one game where you got to win it, you know, and it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a dogfight, and you got to somehow pull it out. And, you know, the offense really pulled the defense for a while, and then the defense got their act together towards the end and played pretty good football in that 4th quarter. You know, I also told him, I said, conditioning. I really felt that our conditioning won that football game in the 4th quarter, both offensively and defensively. And, you know, it kind of validates what we did all summer because, you know, we did things a little bit different than a lot of Indiana schools are used to. You know, we didn't play much football at all in the month of July. We really just kind of grinded and ran. And I think they kind of looked at me like, what's this going to do for us? And I thought that really was a big factor.
Want to go a little bit deeper on both sides of the ball in Friday's game. Defense first. You faced one of the better dual-threat quarterbacks you're going to see all year in Luke Hammonds, the Columbus North junior. He did a great job running and distributing the ball in the passing game. But your defense in the 4th quarter, when you needed stops, limited them to a field goal when they got in the red zone, and then that last possession got the turnover to seal the game. What'd you see from your kids in that fourth quarter defensively?
You know, we calmed down. We actually kind of got back to playing some base defense. And, we shortened our pass rush a little bit. You know, he scared me all week long. Just because when he took off, he's more athletic than your guys, your defensive linemen. So he's going to be, and then all of a sudden he's in your linebackers, and he's gained 6 yards already. So I thought, we calmed down. We played some base defense. Our defensive line kind of shortened their pass rush up a little bit to kind of box him in. That's kind of what I said. You're not going to probably get any sacks. But if we box him in and we make him throw, which actually he impressed me with his throwing, but if we make him throw, then we're going to take that run threat away, which that was what was killing us. So.
And then on the offensive side, due to an injury, you had to make some shuffles late in the week. You started 3 sophomores against a 6A defense, and your offense gets almost 400 yards, and you had 2 guys run for over 100. What did you see from your offensive line specifically?
I think that offensive line is really developing, and the guy that we pulled over to the offensive line is Luke Schwartz, who's a defensive line starter, so he's really athletic. This offensive line, I think, they're going to be scary because they get better every week. And, it's obviously a shame to lose Pat Meek, and we'll get him back next year. But you still got 4 guys that are just young puppies. Now I know Grant Ray's is his second year starting, but he's only a junior, and I just see the development of these guys, and I see that the cohesiveness, the way they're being coached really well. I'm really pleased with how they're being coached as far as how they schematically get to their blocks and call their blocks. They're really developing into a good unit.
Well, that's Roncalli head coach John Rodenberg talking about tonight's opponent, Guerin Catholic. We'll go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll have more from the stadium. After this, it's Roncalli football and the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network. Okay, 2 breaks
America.
here. 2 more breaks, Luke.
Land of the free. It's at the core of who we are. Freedom. The freedom to live without fear. To drive through all 50 states. To sleep safely in our own beds. The freedom to jog where we please. To watch birds in the park. To wear a hoodie. The freedom to breathe. Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because no matter your religion, gender, disability, age, race, all lives can't matter until Black Lives Matter.
To put it simply, the mask helps to protect others from unknowingly infected individuals when they cough or sneeze. The CDC recommends that everyone wears a mask when they're in a social setting and around people not living with them. Make sure you wear your mask correctly. To do this, put the mask over your nose and mouth and secure it underneath your chin. Make sure the mask fits tight against the side of your face. By doing this, together, we can keep you safe at Roncalli. Mask up, Roncalli.
Out every day. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 24. COVID won't kill me. I have antibodies. COVID won't kill me.
It's been a long week. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 25. COVID won't kill me. I'm partying outside. COVID won't kill me. I don't need to wear a mask around my friends. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 23. COVID won't kill me.
If I haven't gotten it yet, COVID won't kill me. I'm young. COVID won't kill me.
Famous last words. Don't let them be yours. Socially distance. Mask up, America. I work out every day.
One of the things that you worry about when you come off a big victory, and when I say big victory, I don't mean by point-wise, but I mean obviously a back-and-forth ball game, and they really won a hard-fought game against a really good football team. It is you come back that next week, and you're playing a team that's on paper not as strong as what the team was before, you have to worry about letdown. So as a team, I think the thing that Roncalli really has to do is no letdown. They got to maintain their focus for 4 quarters. And that doesn't mean the starters are going to be in there for 4 quarters maybe, but when the second string comes in or the third string comes in, they're all focused. They all have a mission, and they've got to accomplish that. And they've got to really look to dominate this football game. Good teams can dominate football games. Now offensively, we talked about it a little bit. I think it's important that we work on the passing game a little bit. I think we've got to put big numbers on the board, both running and passing, to get comfortable and again to dominate a little bit. And it's fun to come out and kind of dominate an opponent, in a good way, obviously. But it allows you to work on some things that you can't work on when maybe you're in a really tight ball game. And then defensively, I think when I was playing defense, we were playing defense. We always said our goal is a shutout. I think a shutout has to be the number 1 goal for the defense tonight. However you get there, and that means a swarming defense. You got to go all 4 quarters, and you got to have every person that's on the field, whenever they're on the field, participate into that goal. And obviously, if you can accomplish all of those things, you're going to be real happy with the outcome tonight.
Well, Roncalli making his traditional entrance from the woods at the southeast end of the stadium, one of the better entrances in all of Indiana high school football. We're about 4 minutes away from the start of this one. We'll take our third and final break here on the pregame show. When we come back, we'll take you to kickoff from Roncalli. It's Roncalli and Guerin Catholic. It's next on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
We're so thrilled to have Peyton Manning's name on our children's hospital. But we are a hospital designed for kids.
And then the halfback went in motion and then ran a slant route across the middle. Try to get a linebacker isolated on him. I like this beat. It's nice. Give me some more bass. A little more bass here. These are nice. Wish they had them at the adult hospital next door. They have to make this giraffe green.
That's crazy.
Might be right. Let's go red right, scat right, 585, wide drag, on two. Ready? Break. Nice ride. Y'all have these in blue? Can you hear this?
There's only one Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, offering world-class compassionate care for your child. Schedule primary ER or specialist care online.
Thanks, Peyton. We've got this.
Oh, okay. That's where they go.
Going to school, Chad. Oh, hold up, Brad. We didn't put our masks on. Good idea. Well, let's go.
Don't be like Brad and Chad. Make sure you wear your mask over your nose and your mouth to prevent the spread of COVID. Visit cdc.gov/coronavirus for more.
So you think you can beat a train? Well, think again. While trains can appear to be slow-moving, they can easily cause injuries or death. You must slow down and yield at all railroad crossings. Attempting to beat the train puts yourself and others at risk. According to the Federal Railroad Administration, there were over 2,200 railroad crossing collisions in the United States last year, resulting in 293 deaths. Don't be a statistic. Look, listen, and live.
Roncalli High School football is on the air, home of the 9-time state football
Rob Brown, Dan Bauer, Steve Wilson with you at Roncalli Stadium. Roncalli winning the toss and electing to defer. Roncalli will kick it off to start this game. Luke Russell handling the kickoff chores. Appreciate everyone listening in tonight, wherever you may be, spending part of your Friday night with us. Beautiful night, 63 degrees, a little breeze out of the east. That's died down a little bit. It was pretty windy here a couple hours ago. Roncalli in the red tops and the white pants, white numerals and the white lettering. Gray helmets with the red and royal blue cross R logo. Guerin Catholic in the traveling whites with the black numerals trimmed in purple and gold. And the purple helmets with the golden eagle logo. Roncalli heading right to left from our vantage point toward the east end zone. Back deep for Guerin Catholic, number 5, Elijah Edwards, and number 37, Max Nickel. And they were looking right into the setting sun out to the west. I guess that's the only place it would be, though,
It
right?
would be normally.
So waiting for Bob Susmichael to give me that look.
It's kind of quiet today.
Good to have everybody back together here with your crew, and good to have you with us. Russell's end-over-end kick is fielded on the run by Nickel at the 13. He runs into a wall of red shirts and is taken down right just out across the 25. Tom Wellman is our referee tonight, his crew in charge of things. Ball put at the 16. Starting quarterback for Guerin Catholic is the 5'11", 160-pound junior Sam Miller.
It's 26.
26, excuse me. It's his first year as a starter. We mentioned Jagger Albert. Is their tailback. He's the lone back in the backfield. 5'9", 195-pounder on 1st and 10. Edwards in motion across the formation. They run Albert right up the middle. Picks up a couple before Roncalli pushes him back. Luke Schwartz was there, as was Ryan Henry. Stepping up to make the stop.
And Steve talked about the size difference. The Guerin Catholic offensive linemen come in and weigh in at 225, 220, 220, 210, and 230. Those are listed weights, so you never know if those are true weights or not. But just in looking across the board, they look like they're probably pretty close. Maybe a little bit heavy, and they're probably a few pounds lighter than that. But again, you got to worry about their speed a little bit.
Pickup of 2, 2nd and 8. Miller's in the shotgun here on 2nd and 8. Drops straight back, looks left, throws left, has Edwards in the flat. Edwards makes a move, nice knifing cut out across the 35 near the line to gain. Tackled there right at the 36 by Dominic Brown. And that is a first down out to the 37, a pickup of 9.
Guerin set up a screen pass there. The line did a good job of sitting there talking about their size. They punched to the line and then kind of let them through. Now the ball got out real quickly, so it wasn't a real delayed screen. But the linemen, as we were talking about their speed, were able to punch them, let them through, and then got out in front of the receiver to set up a real nice screen to get that first down.
Edwards had a team-high 4 catches for 49 yards last week in the loss to Brebeuf. Pitch to Albert. The pitch is behind him. He had to wait on it, and Roncalli able to crowd the line and string Albert out for no gain. Tackled on the wide side, and a flag flew in. Tyson Garrett made the stop right there on the line of scrimmage. Sean Sinovic there as well, and Skylar Phillips. Roncalli's 3 linebackers, Dan, Garrett, Sinovic, and Phillips, have had at least 11 tackles, all 3 of them, in each of the last 2 games. That's a hold that takes the ball back to the 26.
Yeah, all 3 of them are very athletic and do a great job of running sideline to sideline and getting to the point of attack. It's really great when you have those kind of linemen or the linebackers that can move like that, because it allows you to do a lot of stuff defensively with sending them on blitzes and then dropping them back in pass coverage as well.
After the hold, it's 1st and 21 at the Guerin 26. Miller's in shotgun, 2 receivers to the wide side right. He looks that way, throws out in the flat. It's overthrown and almost picked off.
Whoa.
It went over the hands of Edwards, and Ryan Papandrea, lurking behind the play, coming in, almost caught it on the short hop at the 35, incomplete.
it looked like Miller didn't have control of the ball at all when he just kind of wanted to get it out as fast as possible, and he didn't get his hands on the strings and just kind of had two hands on it, just kind of threw it, and it fluttered and went real high. Again, Roncalli almost had a chance for a pick there.
2nd down and 21 at the Guerin Catholic 26. Miller in shotgun again. Long count, drops, steps up, throws, slings a pass that's broken up. Intended for number 2, Max McGreal, the tight end, about 5 yards upfield.
That was tight coverage by Roncalli. That was a dangerous pass.
Incomplete, 3rd and 21. Now you've got Guerin in a 3rd and long situation. Let's see if Roncalli is able to get some pressure in here. 4 sacks so far this season. Luke Schwartz has 2 of those 4. 3rd down and 21. Miller drops straight back in shotgun. Steps up, flush in the pocket. Now he's on the run. Strung out to the sideline and tackled at the 32, well shy of the line to gain. Knocked out of bounds by Dominic Brown. Miller on the keeper, picks up 6. Call it 7 out to the 32, so give him 6. And that brings the punt team out. Number 86, Ryan Glenn is the punter. Dominic Brown, number 7, deep for Roncalli.
Roncalli DBs did a really great job that time playing tight coverage and just staying with their receivers. So there was nowhere for that ball to go down the field, which forced Miller to tuck it and run.
Glenn back at his own 19.
Ooh,
high snap. And Roncalli can't get the rush there. Glenn gets off a good kick, but Brown can come up and take it on the run at the 38, and he does. Lost his footing. He's stacked up and knocked down at the 40. So not much return there. Roncalli begins there. Let's go down to Steve Wilson. Steve, what did you see from the quarterback Miller in terms of how Roncalli was able to close off his vision?
Roncalli did a good job getting pressure on him. He does not. Clearly, they're trying to establish the short passing game. He doesn't have the arm strength to go deep, so I expect Roncalli's corners to play up a little bit tighter and the safeties play a little bit deeper soon.
So on offense now, Roncalli 1st and 10. Leffler, quarterback run up the middle, cuts outside. He's still on his feet. He's got a 1st down before he's tossed out of bounds into Guerin Catholic territory at the 47. So pickup of 13 for Leffler, who rushed for 108 on 20 carries last week.
They went behind the right side of that Roncalli line, which this week we've got Drew Clouse starting there, at the guard position, Trevor Lauck at the tackle position.
1st and 10. Quick pass in the flat. That's Cole Beckman with the quick catch at the 41. He's tackled immediately. Tackled immediately there by Danny Roede. Beckman, number 2. The side judge blew the play dead. I did not see a flag, though. Did you?
I did not.
No, there is one. Actually, there is one right where the catch was made.
Right, yeah.
Roncalli's got an illegal man downfield. Yeah, I did not see the flag on the far side, but an illegal man downfield will back the play up. I appreciate Angela White checking in tonight. As always, we'll be checking in with folks from around the area. Appreciate everyone listening. Angela White checking in with the Locust crew on the back porch. Legal man downfield, so 1st and 15, back him up 5. First down and 15. Give to Hueler, his first carry. Barron covers the ball up with 2 hands, edging his way up the right hash for a good 1st down gain. Gets the penalty yards back, plus a couple more down to the 44. So give him 8 on the play, setting up 2nd and 7.
2nd down and 7, ball on the 44-yard line.
2nd down and 7, 2 receivers either side for Leffler in the pistol. Hueler offset left. 2nd and 7 at the 44. No score. 9:03 to go, 1st quarter. Pass in the flat, caught by Beckman. He makes a move, gets out of the 1st tackle, still on his feet, down to the 32.
Nice moves.
So Cole Beckman, number 2 on your screen. For those watching along with us, his 7th catch of the year, 1st of the night, officially. And that's a 1st down to the 32 of Guerin Catholic.
I like how Roncalli's getting the ball out quickly to the sideline, letting their athletes make moves on the defense like that time where he's able to make a man miss, and you can get some nice yardage that way.
And the play blown dead right at
having a
they
chain
had an
problem
issue with the
up
chain.
there.
Yeah, they could not get the chain unhooked and to move it down to the first down. Somebody down below us just yelled, "Let's go, Rick Diaz," who's in charge of our chain crew. And Rick just took a bow. The chain crew is on the far sideline in front of the visitors. And it appears as though the chain has a kink in it, so this may take a minute to sort things out. We do want to appreciate or give a shout-out to Steve Looney listening tonight down in Johnson County, one of Beech Grove's finest, Steve Looney. Appreciate him listening. Also want to give a shout-out to Father Wilmoth, who's listening tonight. Great to have him with us. Hope he's doing well. There is never a bad day when Father Wilmoth is around.
No, he makes it good.
1st and 10 at the 32. Once we get this chain issue sorted out, 8:45 to go here in the first quarter. We'll take a second.
Did Vegas have a line on how fast or what game the crew would have problems with Rick Diaz being the head of it?
To call my guy at the at Treasure Island and check on that. Tonight's game brought to us by Indy Teledata. Trouble with your phones or computers? Considering video surveillance, contact Indy Teledata. They provide technology solutions to local businesses and organizations alike, including Roncalli High School. Indy Teledata is a proud supporter of Roncalli Athletics and Fine Arts. For complete details, visit them at indyteledata.com. Tonight's game also brought to us by Indiana Members Credit Union. Visit them and ask for the Roncalli High School debit card. Each time you use your Roncalli IMCU debit card, Roncalli will receive a portion of the transaction. Indiana Members Credit Union at 5103 Madison Avenue and all over the city supports Roncalli High School. What appears we have the chains untangled and ready to roll. 1st and 10 at the 32. Leffler rolling out, looks downfield. Has a man in the end zone. It's Troxell. A diving catch in the back. Was he inbounds? Yes, he was!
Yeah, got the feet in.
John Troxell, that was going to be very close, but he got the foot down in the back of the end zone while making a catch in traffic. Oh, my. What a catch by John Troxell. His first career touchdown.
Well, and the throw wasn't bad either. Leffler did a good let enough air underneath it that it let Troxell get behind the defender, put it right on the end zone where he could catch it, get his feet in, and count it for 6.
Luke Russell on for the extra point try. Luke is 4 of 5 this year, 20 out of 21 in his career. Caden Gore gets the snap down, and the kick is right down the chute. So Roncalli in Game 4, the first touchdown pass of the season. Leffler to Troxell with 8:33 to go. And Roncalli's on the board first, 7-0 on our Beck's board. We'll take a break, come right back. It's Roncalli football in the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
Do life, not laundry. Milto Cleaners.
Yards capped by a touchdown pass. John Troxell catching a 32-yard score from Aidan Leffler. Luke Russell adds the extra point to put Roncalli up 7-0. Good first drive, Dan, to get on the board. A little mix of run and pass, mostly pass.
Mostly
just a couple
pass,
runs.
yeah.
One from Hueler, one from Leffler.
Yeah, they did a good job, I think, setting up and forcing Guerin to get to the edges with those short passes. And then they had a real nice pass where they had a couple options on that because they had Hueler out in a motion, and he was in the flats if they wanted to go there, but he saw the opening down deep and took it.
Russell's kick, fielded again by Nickel, number 37 at the 12-yard line. He cuts back out, cuts back in. Nice move by Nickel to get it out across the 25. All sorts of Rebels there, including Andrew Baugh, Luke Erickson, and Johnny Rader. Trio of Rebels there, numbers 17, 20, 10, and 28, respectively. 1st and 10 at the Golden Eagle 27. 8:26 to go, first quarter. Roncalli leads 7-0. Miller's under center. Two backs this time. McGreal is the H-back, number 2. Edwards goes in motion, and the wide receiver on the short side jumped. That was Ryan Glenn. So that backs the Golden Eagles up 5. Our guy Jason Green, PA voice of Roncalli boys basketball, listening tonight in the backyard, enjoying his customary Friday night bucket of KFC. Appreciate Jason listening tonight. Coach Mathis from the girls basketball program taking in the action tonight in the basement. Appreciate Coach being with us tonight. 1st and 15 after the penalty. Miller under center. Turns and gives to the fullback. First man through. And he's stacked up for not a lot there. And get a number there. That's number 25. Braden Hall on the carry. Did not get a lot. Maybe 1. They gave him 2. Sean Sinovic on the stop. Give Hall 2. 2nd down and 13. Ball on the 24. Glenn and Edwards split wide to the right side. Noah Stubbs, the lone receiver, short side left. Give to Albert. Lowers the shoulder and bangs his way ahead for a couple out across the 25 before he ran smack dab into Dominic Brown. And Sean Sinovic. Boy, Sinovic is everywhere here early. 2 more yards for Albert. It's 3rd and 11. Second straight drive, Dan, that Guerin has found itself in 3rd and long. And that's not a place where they thrive.
No, when you're under the center and you give it to the tailback and let him run the ball, if you start the drive with -5 yards, it puts you in a hole right away. And they've stuck with the run so far in the downs, but with 3rd down and long here, I suspect they're going to go to the air.
Nickelback Michael Hegwood is in, number 33, defending the short side. Miller drops, steps, throws the pass, deflected and almost picked off. It was deflected coming out of the pocket. Did not see who got it. Maybe Volk. Intended for number 86, Ryan Glenn.
Brady New was in there, too. He was putting pressure on him. And I couldn't tell if it was his hand that got it or not, but he was definitely in there getting close to him and tackling him. But I couldn't see where the ball actually was deflected. It just came out looking real funny.
Glenn is back to punt, this time at his own 12. Dominic Brown back at his own 38 to take it in, number 7. Glenn waits for the snap, good snap. And he gets it away quickly. It's a short, twisting kick. Brown comes up, calls for the fair catch, and gets it at the 45. And Roncalli begins there. Let's go back down to Steve and see if he had a better look on that pass rush there on 3rd down as to who may have gotten a hand on that.
Yes, that was Brady New that actually broke up that pass. And Roncalli's done a great job of stopping a run, and Guerin shot themselves in the foot a couple times with some penalties. So the defenses look good so far. I hope we can keep it up.
Roncalli takes over. Good field position here. 1st and 10 at its own 44. 6:50 to go first quarter, and a 7-0 lead on the scoreboard. Aidan Leffler waiting for the chains again. I think they went and got another backup set.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Because we see another set of chains on the ground there across the way, just beyond the 25-yard line. Still waiting to get the chains set up. Tom Wellman, our referee tonight. And the side judge says we're ready to go. So 1st and 10, Roncalli at its own 44. 6:50 to go, first quarter, and the lead is 7-0 for the home team. Leffler's in the shotgun. He puts Lockard in motion. Touch pass across the formation. Lockard on the jet sweep, turns the corner. He's up the field, and he's tossed out of bounds at the 49. So that touch pass, that's a pass play in the stat sheet, pickup of 5. When that receiver comes across the formation and the quarterback tips it to him, that's a pass play.
But Lockard went back after he caught it. He had to go back 3 or 4 yards to get around the outside guy there. So he ran a lot further than he had to or wanted to, really.
We mentioned Kyle at the top the broadcast. We mentioned Kyle needs 7 receptions to become the career receptions leader for Roncalli. Jacob Ludeman, graduated in 2018, holds the current record. Delayed give to Hueler. He's around the corner. He's got a first down before he's bumped out of bounds inside the 50-yard line, the 40-yard line. Knocked out of bounds by Danny Rode, but that's a first down for Hueler. And give him 11 on the carry.
Leffler did a good job of faking, too. After he gave him the ball, he pulled it back like he still had it and kind of gave it. And I watched the linebacker there stop and look again to see if he had the ball.
Leffler fakes, and the pass on the slant behind Lockard, incomplete. Kyle had the inside position on Rode, the cornerback in coverage, number 18, but the ball behind him, incomplete, second down. Second down and 10. Ball at the 38 of Guerin Catholic. Leffler, high snap, turns and gives to Hueler. He gallops into the secondary, accelerates before he's tackled at the 28 for another first down. Tackled by Adam Novellin, who stopped a longer gain. As it was, it's a gain of 11 again for Hueler and another first down.
That was a great block by Michael Gallagher coming from his H-back position. Jumped up in there, isolated the linebacker, put a helmet on him. Hueler did a great job of reading it and cutting off of it and getting some good yardage for Roncalli.
First and 10 at the 27. Roncalli driving, nearing the red zone with a 7-0 lead. Caden Gore's in at a wideout. Leffler in the pocket, and he's brought down back at the 34.
Alex Turnett, the tackle came in. Obviously a missed blocking assignment because he looked like unblocked and got some pulls on him early. Had to have some help to bring him down, but he got in there real quick.
Alexander Turnett, number 57, 5'8", 170-pound senior, gets credit for the sack. This is the third sack that Roncalli's offensive line has allowed this year. It's a loss of 8 all the way back to the 35, second down and 18. Leffler gives to Hueler. Barron on the delay, cuts out right, gets a couple. Hole evaporated quickly. He tried to run between Clouse and Lauck on that right side, picked up a couple. Down to the 33, give him 2. It's third down and 16. First time Roncalli has found itself behind the sticks tonight. Let's see how they respond. And Caden Gore, the backup quarterback, is in as a wideout.
Roncalli's in an unbalanced left right now, meaning they got more linemen to the left of the center.
Timeout.
But the coach didn't like what it looked like.
Yeah, it just never got settled into something that looked like they were comfortable.
No.
So timeout called. We've got breaks to take, so we'll go ahead and take one. We'll take a break right here, 30 seconds break, and we come back. It'll be 3rd and 16 for Roncalli with a 7-0 lead on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
To put it simply, the mask helps to protect others from unknowingly infected individuals when they cough or sneeze. The CDC recommends that everyone wears a mask when they're in a social setting and around people not living with them. Make sure you wear your mask correctly. To do this, put the mask over your nose and mouth and secure it underneath your chin. Make sure the mask fits tight against the side of your face. By doing this, together, we can keep you safe at Roncalli. Mask up, Roncalli.
Rob Brown, Dan Bauer, Steve Wilson. Our statistician Bob Susmichael back with you. Here at Roncalli Stadium, Roncalli leads Guerin Catholic 7-0. Has the football in the Guerin 33. 4:26 to go, first quarter, third down and 16. Leffler rolls to the wide side, pass in the flat, caught by Troxell at the 25. He's knocked out of bounds at the 24. Well shy of the line to gain. He needed the 17. So it's 4th down and 7. Luke Moody knocked him out. Roncalli setting up to go for it here, kind of in between territory. Roncalli is 4 for 6 so far this year on 4th down. 4th down and 7. Leffler tried the hard count, didn't work. Now he looks toward the bench. 4th and 7 at the 4th and 6 rather at the 23 of Guerin. 3 receivers to the wide side right. Leffler drops, rolls that way, looks, plants, throws over the middle, has a man. It's incomplete over the head of Lockard in the back of the end zone. And Roncalli turns it over on downs. Good pressure on the backside. Leffler had to get rid of it.
He did have Lockard open coming down the middle and the seam out there. And again, I think I'm sure he wishes he had that ball back, because I think if he takes a little bit off of it, he's got a touchdown. But instead, kind of heaved it down there, and it didn't give any room for anybody to catch the ball.
1st and 10 for Guerin Catholic after the turnover on downs at its own 23-yard line. Roncalli leads 7-0. 4:20 to go, first quarter. Miller under center. Has Edwards in motion, right to left. Fakes the handoff. Try to pass the flag.
Nice.
He's sacked back at the 13-yard line by Tommy Brownfield. His first sack of the season.
And a lot of Roncalli was going left with the fake, the handoff there with the jet sweep look, but not Tommy. Tommy saw it all the way, and he had the outside coverage, so he did a good job of making sure the guy didn't get outside of him. And, oh, my gosh, he's got the ball too, so I'll take the sack.
Looked like the plan was to flip it out in the flat on a screen pass to Albert.
Yep, there was a guy out there.
Brownfield sniffed it out and gets his first sack of the season. Loss of 8 back to the 15. 2nd down and 18. Miller's under center. In motion across the formation, and not a lot there. Tackled right up the line of scrimmage is Ryan Glenn. He came in motion across the formation from his wide receiver spot, number 86. No gain as Tyson Garrett stopped him. Put the ball at the 16, and they gave him 1. So 3rd down and 17, another 3rd and long situation. 3rd down and 17. Roncalli trying to get Guerin's offense right back off the field and give the offense a short field here. Miller's in shotgun on 3rd and 17. Drops, slings it, and has a man in and out. He caught it, and on the deflection, Jagger Albert with a catch up the sideline out to the 40-yard line. It hit him in the hands. He lost it, but knocked it up in the air and stayed with it, caught it, and ran it up the sideline for a gain all the way out to the 41. Pickup of 25 and a first down.
Believe it or not, Roncalli had him double covered on that side. They had Tyson Garrett, took him on the underneath side of that, and let him get behind him just long enough, because he thought he had that safety help back there. Safety was playing real deep and just gave too much cushion in there for him to have a little juggling act and catch that and get the first down.
1st and 10 at the 41 after the circus catch by the running back Albert. He takes the give on 1st and 10, surges his way up the left hash for a couple. Out to the 44, pickup of 3. Luke Schwartz on the stop. I want to extend a special hello to everyone who is out behind us in the parking lot at the tailgate. The watch party, the viewing party, if you will, all the families, students, staff. Appreciate them gathering out in the parking lot, making a little noise and taking in tonight's action.
It's a cool setup they have out there with the screen.
It's awesome.
Roped off area.
2nd down and 7 at the 44. Gonna get it, Albert. He's hammered in the backfield by Tyson Garrett. Garrett almost took the handoff himself. He was back there so quickly, and Albert is dropped for a loss of 3. Oh, my.
Well, Tyson disguised that really well. He kind of lined up to the outside thinking he might be covering like a tight end or something, and then at the snap of that ball had snuck down, just down inside that tackle, and then beeline straight to the handoff, and whoo, he almost had that handoff.
Third down and 10 at the 41. Roncalli shows blitz.
Bring another guy there.
And Miller drops the snap. It's fumbled, and Roncalli has it. It's squirted across the line of scrimmage right to Tyson Garrett. So Miller fumbled the center snap. Or Dominic Brown got it. Beg your pardon. Dominic Brown on the recovery. Either way, it's a Roncalli turnover forced. And Roncalli takes over in plus territory. 3rd fumble Roncalli has recovered this year. And in total, it's the 7th takeaway of the season. So 1st and 10 at the Guerin 44. 1:33 to go. In the quarter, Hueler accelerates into the secondary, still on his feet inside the 30, first down. Anthony Ferrucci on the stop, not before Hueler takes it 15 yards down to the 29. First down, Roncalli goes quickly. Hueler still on his feet, breaks out of a tackle. They try and grab his jersey and can't, and he surges down to the 23. Max McGreal got him, but not before Barron picked up 6. Roncalli moving quickly.
Huebler's vision right now is really good. I mean, his hips and his feet all follow that vision, and he's just kind of picking his way through that defense. He's at a point where they can't get a hand on him.
2nd and 4, beg your pardon. Leffler on the keep, surging his way up the right hash, and he's short. Needed the 19. He got to the 20. So a pickup of 3, 3rd and 1. Nathan Fancher on the
line
stop.
Quick here.
Leffler under center, surges forward and pushed from behind. Should be enough. And it is indeed a first down.
Leffler's got one stance when it's up for that short yardage. He gets under that center real low, puts that leg pretty far back to get leverage, and then hey, everybody, push me along. And they did it that time to get that first down once again.
1st and 10 at the Guerin Catholic 18. Inside 25 seconds to go in the first quarter. This might be the final play. Leffler looks, throws in the flat. Beckman's got a catch at the 12 and immediately tossed out of bounds. No, stayed in bounds. That will keep the clock rolling. Danny Rode brought him down, but nice catch in the flat by Beckman. Second catch for him tonight.
They might go one more play if they can get it set.
It's second down, and that'll be the final play of the quarter. So 2nd down and about 5, or 4, let's call it. When we come back, it's the end of the first quarter. Roncalli leads Guerin Catholic on the Beck Service Center scoreboard 7-0. We'll step out and come right back. It's Roncalli football on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network. Rob Brown, Dan Bauer, Steve Wilson back with you at Roncalli High School. Roncalli leads Guerin Catholic by the score of 7-0. We start the second quarter. And the ball placed at the 12-yard line.
Yes.
I say with a question mark.
Well, it looks like it is.
The 12-yard line. 2nd down and 4 at the 12. Roncalli working toward the west end zone in this second quarter. Hueler jumps out of the first tackle and able to vault his way down near the line to gain the 8. Officials stop play immediately to look at it, and I think he signaled the first down, did he not?
Yeah,
yes,
he did. He did.
He signaled the first down, and the chains again are good. They dropped the chains because it's 1st and goal at the 8. So 1st and goal at the 8. Leffler, high snap. Fakes, throws in the end zone. Michael Gallagher is wide open for the touchdown. Boy, the delayed give to Hueler. They faked it. Gallagher ran right up the middle and stopped in front of the goalpost, and Leffler found him wide open for Michael Gallagher's first touchdown catch of his career.
Well,
Second touchdown pass
Leffler's
tonight for Leffler.
not known for a touch pass, but that was a touch pass right there. He was so wide open, he just kind of lofted it because it was like no sense straining too much. Just put it in there and got that touchdown. Great route by Gallagher.
Michael Gallagher's first touchdown catch, not only of the season, but of his career. The junior. Russell on for the extra point, and he hits it right down the chute. So 11:37 to go here in the first half. Roncalli has doubled its lead to 14-0. We'll stay here since we just took a break. I want to give a shout out to the Roncalli bowling coaches, Mike Glenn and Paula Tharp, listening to us tonight. Appreciate them tuning in. Also got word that one of the great athletes, Dan, in the 2006 Roncalli class, the great Bill Perry, is back in town from Arizona taking in the game tonight.
Is he really?
Yeah, so appreciate Bill.
Billy was one of my favorite players that I coached.
You coached him at St. Barnabas.
Yes, he was so good. he was right behind Pat Kuntz and that group. So it's hard not to not like Pat too, but
a heck of an athlete in his own right.
Oh, very much so. Yeah, very much so.
So 11:37 to go in the half. Roncalli leads 14-0.
I've got a shout out here.
Lay it on me.
Annie Agresta listens in Tampa, Florida to all of our games.
Oh, very nice.
But she asked us to mention the Michael and Gwen Agresta, who she says have put 10 children, 24 grandchildren, and currently have 10 great-grandchildren all coming through Roncalli. So that's a big legacy there.
Let's go. And the kick goes through the hands of Nickel and into the end zone for the touchback. So Nickel actually saved himself there by allowing that muff to go into the end zone for the touchback. That's Russell's first touchback of the season. So the touchback gives Guerin Catholic the football at its own 20-yard line for its fourth possession of the night. I'm still trying to get my head around those numbers that you just threw out.
It's a lot, isn't it?
My goodness. My goodness.
While I'm talking about Tampa, Don and Margie Eddings are listening in Georgia, but they're from Tampa.
Okay.
They're watching tonight.
That's good.
So we're expanding out. More and more out-of-towners.
Yep. Hopefully everybody down in that southeast part of the country keeps himself safe with all that hurricane rain that has come on shore. They're supposed to get 8 inches of rain in the Atlanta area this weekend. Miller on first down, throws in the flat. It's caught by Edwards for a couple-yard gain before he's tangled around the ankle by Ryan Papandrea and Ryan Henry for a pickup of about 5 out to the 25. Pass to the wide side flat, second down. Plainfield leads Greenwood 24-21 at the end of the half. Marquee game tonight is Center Grove and North Central. We'll keep you up on that one. Number 1 team hosting the number 3 team in the state. Bob Michael turning the light on. That's always key. 1 minute gone here in the second quarter. Second down and 5. Long count by Miller. Pitch to the wide side and Albert. He cuts, and then Roncalli gang tackles him at the 25. Maybe the 26 forward progress. But the Roncalli linebackers right now, Dan, are swarming between Sinovic, Garrett, and Phillips. No gain on that play, 3rd and 5.
Well, and what happens in order to allow those guys, they're doing a great job of doing it, but the key to that is that those linemen in front of them are holding up those linemen of Guerin, not letting them get into that secondary so that they have clean areas to be able to get to the thing. And that's something that we've not seen in the first 3 weeks of the season. So, it's partly that the size of Guerin, but then I think, Roncalli's been coached up, and they're just playing a lot better defensively.
Well, 3rd down and 5. Tom Dilly wants a timeout, so we're going to go ahead and take a 30-second break. We'll go ahead and take a pause. 10:22 to go, first half. Roncalli leads on the Beck's board, 14-0. We'll step out and come back. It's Roncalli football in the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
Hi, I'm Peyton Manning. Like you, I'm a parent, and we're all working hard to help protect our families. One important thing is to make sure our kids see their doctor for checkups where they'll get their shots. Pediatric offices and Ascension facilities are taking lots of safety precautions, and appointments are available. Talk to your child's pediatrician to schedule. Hi, I'm Peyton Manning.
Well, we're past the top of the hour, so let's pause quickly for this 10-second station identification, reminding you you're listening to Roncalli football in the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network. And out of the timeout, out of the station ID, it's a sack. Sacked back at the 15 by Sean Sinovic. That's the second sack of the night for Roncalli. First of the year for Sean. That's a loss back to the 17. Or call it the 18, rather. The 18.
Well, you've talked about Sean being all over the place defensively. Might as well put him in the backfield and let him sack the quarterback.
Dominic Brown is at the 50. Ryan Glenn back at his own 5. Good snap, no rush. Low kick. And Dom goes to the wide side, takes a bounce. He takes it on a hop at the 46, makes the first man miss, still accelerates up the sideline, gets it inside the 35. Boy, that ball took a funny hop, and Dom stayed with it and turned a nice return down to the 33-yard line. So a very short field for Roncalli here to start its 4th possession of the night. Roncalli has scored on 2 of the previous 3.
Well, he's been kind of frustrated on the first couple of kicks because they were short, and he kind of ran up thinking he was going to be able to get some yards out of it, but they were so short that the defense got in there and tackled him before he could really do anything with it. That time he got his opportunity with that short bounce, and he said, oh, I've got the ball with about 5 yards to boot, and I can make a move here. So nice job by Dom.
1st and 10 at the Guerin Catholic 33, 9:31 to go, first half. Roncalli leads 14-0. Leffler, high snap, hand to Hueler. Barron jumps over the offensive lineman and gets out to the 28. Oh, my. Caught the 29, a 4-yard vault from Hueler. Down to the 29, Roncalli, a quick snap. Another give to Barron. This time he cuts outside, cuts back upfield, spins out the first tackle, and able to finish it. Forward progress gives him very close to the line to gain the 23. And it is indeed a first down.
That's a real man's finish right there. He was short about 3 yards, and he just lowered the shoulder, took the tackler with him, and made sure he got that first down.
High snap, give again to Hueler. Barron cuts
outside.
outside.
Keep giving it to him.
Turns up the field.
Go.
He's at the 10, reaching the pylon, and he's in the end zone.
Wow, what a run.
My.
What a finish.
He
Another
went
great
short
finish.
side, took it all the way back to the wide side, and a 23-yard touchdown. Oh, my goodness. For Barron, that's his 8th touchdown of the year, 20th of his career. That one from 23. 20-0 is our score.
I'm not sure, but I'm pretty. Hueler, I think, turned to Leffler and said, "Hey, on this series, just give me the ball, I'll get you in," because he was on a mission there. Those were 3 fantastic runs.
Well, Luke Russell on for the extra point try, trying to make it 3 out of 3 so far tonight. He blasts that one with plenty of leg and knocks it through. So Russell 3 out of 3 tonight. And ironically, Luke Russell's family checking in from Irias tonight. They've got it on. They've got the video feed on at Irias. And whip me up some to-go before
no doubt
we wrap this one up tonight.
Do they deliver?
We'll keep it here. 8:54 to go here in the half, and Roncalli leads 21-0. Let's go down to Steve Wilson and see what Steve saw from Barron on that cut. He ran right to Steve on that right pylon.
It was impressive. He just, he dipped it in, dipped it out, and just turned the corner. And the defender had no chance. It looked like Sean Schimber back in the day turning the corner. It was impressive.
So Hueler with the touchdown, his first of the night. We'll check on Barron's yardage for you when we get a chance.
Got the weekly shout out to Brian White. He's sent me a panoramic view of what he's got going on.
Is he at the lake? He's lake guy now, isn't he?
Well, yeah, I'm not supposed to say yeah, but yeah, he is.
He's lake guy.
He says O'Gara's and Peterman's are down there all with him too. So
nice.
He's got all kinds
crew.
of Roncalli people.
It's a good crew down there.
I'm jealous. I want to be down there. Not that I don't like to hang with you, Rob, but
I appreciate that.
They look like they're having a little bit of fun.
Nice setup. Russell on for the kickoff. Hits a twister that Edwards takes right at the goal line. Call it the 1. Edwards accelerates. He's got some space.
Woo.
And he's tackled right out across the 30.
Got a shoestring by somebody.
Shoestring tackle by Joey Milto. All the way out.
Ooh.
Nice return by Edwards from his 1 all the way out to the 33.
I think it was Skylar Phillips that got the shoestring.
Okay.
Milto cleaned it up and finished it, but we got to give a little bit of effort for Phillips because he dove and then just kind of tripped him up a little bit.
We'll see if we can get Hueler's yardage from Bob Michael here in a second. 92 for Barron in this first half. 1st and 10 for Guerin Catholic at the 33. 5th possession for the Golden Eagles. McGreal goes in motion, now checks up, and will act as a blocker for Albert. And Albert's second effort around right end, still driving the legs before Ryan Henry drives him out of bounds out across the 40-yard line. Good first down run by Albert. Give him 7 out to the 40. Good run.
Pregame and the Maloney families all both watching
Very
or
nice.
listening. I'm
Very
sure.
nice. Appreciate everyone spending some time with us this evening on a Friday night. Great night for football, and Roncalli leads 21-0. Miller's under center. Turn and give to Albert this time in the conventional one-back set, and Albert barges his way up the right hash, very near the line to gain. He only needed 3, and he got it. Out to the 43. Reset the downs for the Golden Eagles. I believe just the 3rd first down by my count for Guerin Catholic. That's just their 2nd first down in the last 4 possessions.
Yeah, I got 3 too.
1st and 10 at the 43. Roncalli deferred after winning the toss, so Roncalli gets the football to start the second half as well, but we're still a ways away from that. Still 8 minutes and change left in quarter number 2. Miller in shotgun for the first time this drive. Takes a high snap, hands to Albert. Tries the short side right, and he's got nothing there as Sean Sinovic had him around the waist immediately at the line of scrimmage. And then got a little bit of help from Owen Volk to finish him off. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Roncalli, the guys down front are really dominating that middle section there. Right when the ball snapped, they're getting a good push on the offensive line, getting them backwards, which, again, allows those linebackers to come through because there's seams for them to come through. And, man, they're just dominating them right now.
2nd down and 10 at the Guerin Catholic 43. Roncalli leads 21-0. Edwards goes in motion to the wide side. Turn and give to Albert, does Miller, and Albert bangs his way behind his offensive line, straight ahead up the right hash. Pickup of about 5. Out to the 48. 3rd down and 5.
Of course, as I was saying that, then Guerin comes up and does a real good job pushing back. With
that
their
might be the
offensive
best
line.
collective push they've had tonight. 3rd down and 5 here. Let's see if Guerin can convert the 3rd down. Trailing 21-0 in this 2nd quarter. Miller's back in the shotgun. He drops the pass in the flat. Edwards catches it short of the line to gain, and Roncalli tackles him at the 49-yard line. Edwards' helmet flies off. Edwards was the catch in the flat, but it was short. He had to run to get the first down. He did not get it. He stopped at the 48, let's call it. It's 4th down and a long 2. He needs the 47. Ball spotted just inside the 49. Guerin Catholic setting up to go for it here.
Yeah, when you're down 21, you got to get something going here, so you can't really punt this away.
Roncalli opponents so far this season, 5 of 11 on 4th down. Miller's under center. Long count. Turns, gives to Albert, and Roncalli stacks him up. Albert with a push.
I don't think he had enough to.
Tried to get it. Owen Volk brought him down, and the spot is definitely short.
Yep,
he needs the 47, and they spotted him at about the 47.5. They're waiting for the referee, Tom Wellman, to confirm, and now he's calling for the chains. Oh, boy. The eyeball test said that was a half-yard short, but Tom Wellman calling for the chains right in front of the Roncalli bench. I think John Rodenberg, Roncalli's head coach, agrees with us that ball's short.
Oh, it's way short.
But I'm all for anything that makes Rick Diaz jog the width of the field and back. Head of our chain gang, Rick Diaz.
Well, it's closer than I thought.
And it's short by about a foot.
About a foot, yeah. Closer than I thought it was.
So Roncalli gets the stop. Well, Jason Sims on the music tonight. Firing up the Fleetwood Mac. That's well-timed. 1st and 10 for Roncalli at the 48, its own 48. 6:14 to go in the half, and Roncalli with a 3-touchdown lead, 21-0. Baron Hueler close to 100 yards. Trying to make it 4 out of 4 so far this year. He's topped the 100-yard mark in 8 of the last 9 games going back to last year. 1st and 10. Guerin crowds the line. Hueler on the carry. He's into the secondary. He's got the 100 yards as he's out near the line to gain. Stop the yard short, but give him 9. And Barron's over 100 for the 4th time in as many games this year. Give again to Barron. Cuts outside. He's still on
read.
his feet. He turns upfield, gives a stiff arm before he's hauled out of bounds inside the 30. Down to the 28. Give him 15. The fans wanted a horse collar.
They did, yeah.
I don't think the defender's hand got up in the neck.
No, Trevor Lauck did a great job on the end out there to really push him outside. The rest of the guys blocked him down, and he had one guy outside, which allowed people to get up and go.
Give again to Barron.
And
He's
here
right
he
up the
goes.
middle. He's inside the 10 before he's pulled down from behind by Roeder at the 10-yard line. So first and goal at the 10. Roncalli operating quickly. Hueler having his way. And Guerin has too many guys on the field and has to burn a timeout.
Roncalli playing fast, man. They're getting up there with just saying, hey, we're going to go.
Timeout, Guerin Catholic. We have one more break to take, so we'll go ahead and take that now. We'll go ahead and take that break now, take a 30-second break, and come right back. It's Roncalli football on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
Do life, not laundry. Milto Cleaners.
Rob Brown, Steve Wilson, Dan Bauer back with you here on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network. Roncalli leads this game 21-0. First and goal at the 10 for Roncalli. It's been all Barron Hueler on this drive. Leffler fakes the give to Hueler and able to work his way forward for one or two before he's spun down. Nice defensive play by Braden Hall to toss him down. They gave him one on the forward progress. Second down and 9. Second and goal from the 9, I should say. Pistol formation with Hueler behind Leffler. Barron takes the give, cuts, on his feet, jumps, and he'll walk it into the end zone from 9 yards out. He makes it look so easy. Second touchdown of the night for Barron. And it's 27-0 Roncalli.
I mentioned his vision earlier, but I mean, he's coming up and he just sees it, and his speed of getting up to speed is so incredible this year. It's so much fun to watch, and yeah, he's got high legs going to keep guys from diving at his ankles, and he looks like the man right now.
Luke Russell on for the extra point try. He's 3 for 3 tonight. Good snap. Gore gets it down, and Luke hits it right down the chute. 4 out of 4 tonight is Russell. And it's all Roncalli here at the stadium so far. 28-0 our score. 4:59 to go first half. We'll go ahead and stay here. Great to hear that the watch party is back at St. Mark as Father Tim Wichaskala hosting.
Nice.
All sorts of Roncalli alums there.
Did
Joe
he get
Paul.
everybody invited he's supposed to invite?
I think so. Joe Paul is there. Kyle Denny, Brittany Denny, Jesse Perry, all hanging out at the corner of 31 in Edgewood due to the hospitality of Father Tim. And our guy Dan Lauck checking in tonight. Just moved into his new house, but first order of business was to get the TV hooked up to watch the game tonight.
Priorities.
He's looking good.
Priorities.
Send us a picture. Looking good. Boxes all over the place.
He's got it on the floor.
He's got the TV on the floor.
Nice.
That is awesome. Appreciate everyone sticking with us, joining us tonight. Happy you're spending part of your Friday with us. 28-0 our score. Roncalli's had 5 possessions and scored 4 touchdowns. Lone possession that did not score was a turnover on downs.
You don't think all these people are watching it online because they've taken away our studio cam, do you?
Oh, the fact that they don't show us on camera
they don't
anymore?
show us on camera, yes.
There might be a connection there.
The viewers have skyrocketed.
Russell puts a kick into it, and end-over-ender taken by number 37, Nickel, at the 12-yard line. He angles his way out to the center of the field and vaults across the 25. Not see who the Roncalli player was in that got the stop. He was able to submarine Nickel there. Lucas Erickson was there, as was... I tell you what, Dan, it seems like about every kickoff coverage play, number 28, Johnny Roeder, is in on the action.
Oh, he is so fast down the field. Yes, you're right. He's in a lot of plays down there.
He gets himself involved in a high majority of the special teams tackles. 1st and 10, Guerin Catholic, 4:53 to go in the half, and the lead for Roncalli is 28-0. Miller's in shotgun with 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Looks in the flat, throws, it's caught by Good. Joey Milto tackles him immediately at the 33-yard line, call it the 34. Ryan Glenn with the catch in the flat out to the 33, pickup of 8. Call it 7, excuse me, 2nd and 3. We'll get an update on Baron Hueler's yardage here. He's got to be well over 100 at this point. .143. 2nd and 3 for Guerin Catholic. In the flat again, caught by Edwards right at the 35, and Roncalli tackles him immediately. He may still be short here.
Yeah, he is, about a yard.
Skylar Phillips brought him down, and Edwards had to go low to catch it, so he had no chance to run after the catch. It's 3rd and 1. 3rd down and 1 at the 35. Miller, 3rd and 1, gives to Albert. Roncalli stacks him up. Boy, I don't know. Second effort will be close. The spot from the side judge has him a yard short.
Yeah, puts
he
him
needed
back
the
at the line of
36, and the side judge is standing on the 35. 4th down and 1. I did not see who got there first for Roncalli. Sean Sinovic was announced on the stop. There were a bunch of Rebels there.
Yeah, Swartz was back there. Like New is kind of deep. I mean, they're just getting great penetration right off the bat there.
And Tom Dilley has no intention of snapping his football. He's in conversation with his quarterback right in front of the bench, just waiting for the play clock to run down. And it's at 1. He calls his final timeout of the half. We'll go ahead and stay here. Final timeout called by Guerin Catholic. We've used all of our breaks here in this first half, so we'll go ahead and keep it here. Again, thank you so much for listening tonight. Great crew involved in tonight's action. Keeping us on track and on time is our guy Luke Jones, our studio producer up on our CBS Sports 1430 AM flagship up on the north side of Indianapolis. And our video crew in charge of bringing you all the sights and sounds of tonight's game, doing a great job. Spencer Sims is our director. Reese Gosser, our graphics operator. Ethan Gorski and Hannah Taylor on the cameras. And our production assistant is Mallory Dwyer. And, of course, coordinating all of that is our on-site producer, Stefan Welsh. Appreciate them and all they do. Wouldn't be a check-in on a Friday night, Dan, without our guy Andy Clayton checking in from the golf course. Getting some twilight golf in before sundown from Trophy Club tonight up in Lebanon. I imagine Bob Sues is taking a swing or two at the Trophy Club in his day. 4th and 1 here for Guerin Catholic at the 35. Miller under center trying to lure the Rebels on a long count, and the flag flies. Oh, who moved?
What?
Offsides called on Roncalli. I don't know. Oh, boy, that's tight.
Oh, I didn't
Did you see anybody
anything.
move?
No.
Or line up in the neutral zone?
Coach doesn't like that. He wants an
Oh,
explanation.
boy. Yeah, John Rodenberg cannot believe it. So 1st down via the penalty.
Wow.
Oh, boy. That's tight. 1st and 10 now at the 40-yard line. Miller sends Edwards in motion. Turn of hands to Albert. Albert tries the right side for a couple, and that's it. And Roncalli calls time. John Rodenberg calls time after pickup of 2. We'll go ahead and stay here. Again, we've used all of our breaks. That's the second timeout for Roncalli. You may wonder why the game, Dan, is playing out this way here in the final 3 minutes, but if Roncalli can get another score before halftime, that triggers the running clock for the second half. We've not seen that so far this year.
That's right, we haven't.
But this is the second year of that rule where if a team is leading by 35 points going into halftime or any point in the second half, a running clock is triggered. Speaking of running clocks, Center Grove leads the number 3 team in the state, North Central, 40-0 at halftime. North Central has 0 first downs at the half.
Wow, that's impressive.
Wow.
I'm not sure that timeout wasn't intended to let the coach talk to his defensive line or whoever jumped or might have come close.
I think that was part of it as well. I think there was definitely a component of that.
Yeah.
2nd down and 8 when we resume at the Guerin Catholic 42. Miller's in shotgun on 2nd and 8. Giving in to Albert. Albert dragging some tacklers for a couple yards before Roncalli holds him up. Forward progress stopped. First man to wrap him up was Tyson Garrett. And Roncalli calls another timeout. Final timeout called by Roncalli. 1 left? That's only the second, okay. Only their second timeout. Want to give our best wishes tonight to Ann Strakowski, mother of special teams coordinator Chris Strakowski and grandmother of kicking coach Merrick Strakowski. I want to let Ann know that we're glad she's listening and we're thinking about her and appreciate her taking in tonight's action. 3rd down and 5 here at the 45 for Guerin Catholic. Roncalli leads 28-0. And you know, we talked about it last week. My guy Steve Kirk checking in from the 203 listening tonight in Connecticut. Very frustrated there is no high school football in Connecticut.
None at all this whole year?
None.
Well, really?
None. 3rd down and 5. Shout out to my guy Steve. At the 45 of Guerin Catholic, 3rd and 5. Let's see if Roncalli sends the pressure here. Passing the flat, and Edwards breaks a tackle initially, but he's got a long way to go. He gets back across the line of scrimmage and one more, but that's it. So a gain of 1. He had to work very hard to get a gain of 1. Presumably, Ryan Papandrea takes him down. Presumably, that sends that you would think they would punt it away here. As the ball's at midfield, 4th and 4. See what they do here.
They had to think about it.
Either way, they'll let the play clock run down.
Yeah, you're going to have to hurry.
So the punt team is indeed on. Dominic Brown retreats for Roncalli back to the 25.
They're not going to get it off. Oh, they did, but they weren't
Ryan
set.
Glenn gets it off, just barely.
I'm not going to throw a flag.
Brown takes the punt at the 21, and he slips, stays on his feet, and a flag flies.
It's a bad call.
And John Rodenberg is beside himself. Brown's tackled at the 35. Actually, that's Matt Edwards, one of the Roncalli assistants down there, waving his arms in a very demonstrative fashion. Ball's at the 20. Flag is at the 25. So Roncalli has a long field here once this penalty gets sorted out. Block in the back.
That was an official that just was bored and wanted to throw a flag. They do that, Bob. They do that. Bob gave me a look.
They get bored? Is that what you said? They get bored?
They get bored, and his last game's slow. I'm going to throw this flag. That was not even close to a block in the black.
Block in the back. Back to the 15.
Glad Bob doesn't have a microphone right now.
Back to the 15. 1st and 10. Leffler. Make that Caden Gore as the quarterback now, and Hueler with the screen pass runs out of bounds. Out to the 20-yard line. Caden Gore is the new quarterback for Roncalli, number 14. The junior. It's his first pass attempt of the season. Hueler gets out of bounds on the screen pass, 2nd and 5 at the 20. Gore again. Looks. Pass is in and out of the hands of Beckman at the 35-yard line.
That was a nice throw. Put it on the back shoulder.
Yep. Cole cut, and the ball was there, but he couldn't control it. There was a coverage there by Danny Rode. 3rd down and 5. 1:26 to go here in the half. Roncalli leads 28-0. Caden Gore in at quarterback. Chance for Roncalli to get Gore some reps here. Caden drops, rolls, pumps.
Keep rolling.
Kyle Lockard was knocked downfield. John Troxell had the ball in and out of his hands. Upfield, the 32-yard line. Well, John Rodenberg is absolutely beside himself down there in front of the Roncalli bench. I'm not sure what he's angry at. But Roncalli has to punt it away. First time tonight. Roncalli goes 3 and out. John Troxell's back to punt at his own 6-yard line. Elijah Edwards, number 5, is deep for Guerin Catholic. And we're waiting for the official to get the play clock where he wants it. Troxell stands at his own 5, awaiting the snap. It's a good one. John gets a low line drive kick away that Edwards takes on a hop and able to work his way forward for a couple before he's spun down. Again, Johnny Rader, the first man down there.
Grabbed him by the shirt collar. Did a nice, strong hands.
Joe Curd was down there as well. 1st and 10 at the 49. 1:11 to go in the half. Roncalli leads 28-0. Miller's in the shotgun. Drops, passing the flat.
He picked it off
Picked off by Owen Volk, and he's going to take it to the house.
That's 2 for Volk.
Second time in 2 games that Volk has picked off a screen pass. This one he takes all the way to the house, and that will trigger the running clock in the second half.
That is 2 passes thrown right to his chest. And he just is in the right spot, takes it, I'll take it, and I will take 6.
We'll get the official yardage from Bob Sue's Michael here in a second.
Had to be.
Line of scrimmage was the 49, but
so
the pass was
6 maybe
back in the backfield. Luke Russell is on for the extra point. So Owen Volk with the pick 6. And Russell converts the extra point. And it's 35-0.
A big applause for Volk and
with
the Rebels.
1:02 to go here in the half. Well, you have to go. The last time Roncalli had an interception return for a touchdown, ironically, was against Guerin Catholic 2 years ago. Dylan Lewis picked off a pass at the 4-yard line late in the second quarter at Guerin and ran it all the way back 96 yards.
I don't remember that
for
one.
a touchdown.
It's a long way to run.
So 2 years. We'll get the yardage on that here in a moment. 45 yards. 45 yards on the interception by Volk. And it's 35-0. That, unless Guerin can score here in the final 1:02, that will trigger a running clock for the entirety of the second half. Russell's on for the kick. .21 second quarter for Roncalli. 2 touchdowns by Hueler and a pick 6. It's taken on a hop. It gets by Nickel. He has to retreat and pick it up at the 8. Now he's hemmed in and brought down inside the 20. Lucas Erickson on the tackle. He's another guy, Dan, who is swarming on special teams. A little help from Andrew Ball as well on the stop. Down to the 16 is where Guerin begins there. Jeff and Tina Kirchhoff taking in tonight's game. Two of my favorite people listening. Also monitoring the Reds game tonight. That's important. And getting ready to support their daughter, Kelly Kirchhoff, coach at girls basketball at Greencastle High School. We've got a car wash fundraiser. If you want to get your car washed, drive over to Greencastle tomorrow. Get that taken care of. First and 10, give to Albert. Straight up the middle, maybe one, and that's it, before Roncalli brings him down. And Guerin just wanting to run the clock and get to the locker room and regroup. Brady New on the stop. Albert picked up 2 there. Play clock is ahead of the game clock by about 11 seconds, but this likely will be the final play of the half. It's been all Roncalli here at the stadium tonight in the first 2 quarters. Leading 35-0. Miller's in the shotgun on 2nd and 8. Low snap, give to Albert. Cuts outside, breaks out of a tackle from Sinovic before he's dropped at the 25 by Dominic Brown and Greg Kirkman. Pickup of 3, and that's the final play of the half. So we head to the halftime break. It's all Roncalli here on the south side. The end of the first half, Roncalli leads this ballgame by the score of 35-0 on our Beck Service Center scoreboard. Stay tuned. We'll step out. Come right back. The Indiana Members Credit Union halftime show coming up next on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
Patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
COVID won't kill me.
I'm 24. COVID won't kill me. I have antibodies. COVID won't kill me.
It's been a long week. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 25. COVID won't kill me. I'm partying outside. COVID won't kill me. I don't need to wear a mask around my friends. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 23. COVID won't kill me.
If I haven't gotten it yet, COVID won't kill me. I'm young. COVID won't kill me.
Famous last words. Don't let them be yours. Socially distance. Mask up, America.
Rob Brown, Dan Bauer, Steve Wilson back with you at halftime on the Indiana Members Credit Union halftime show. Roncalli leading at the break by the score of 35-0. Let's take a look at how the first half unfolded. Roncalli, after getting a stop on the initial defensive possession, drove 60 yards on its first possession and capped it with a 32-yard catch by John Troxell, an acrobatic catch in the back of the end zone. Aidan Leffler put the throw on the money as his first touchdown throw of the year. That made it 7-0. Then after Roncalli turned it over on downs, Roncalli taking advantage of a short field, drove down inside the 10-yard line, and Leffler again threw a touchdown pass, this time an 8-yard score to Michael Gallagher, who was wide open in the back of the end zone after the play action. That made it 14-0 after Luke Russell's PAT. Then Baron Hueler added 2 rushing touchdowns, one from 23 and one from 9 on the next 2 Roncalli possessions. That made it 28-0. And as Guerin Catholic inside the final 90 seconds trying to get on the scoreboard, Owen Volk for the second straight week rushing off left end, intercepted a screen pass. This one he took all the way to the house for 45 yards and the pick 6. And the extra point by Luke Russell made it 35-0. All Roncalli here at the break. Guys, Roncalli has been so sharp on both sides of the ball. I want to start with you, Steve, because you were down on the field. What you saw, we were talking about during the break, some of the cuts that Baron Hueler made in that first half just defy description. You saw him from up close.
It's incredible. We say it every week, and every week he does something that we haven't seen before, and it's fun to watch. It's really fun to watch. And, Guerin Catholic, they're playing hard. Genetically, they're overpowered right now. And I've been in Tom Dilly's shoes a couple times in my life, calling plays against a team like that. It's not fun. Tom Dilly is not having fun right now. So, but Roncalli has looked really, like you said, really good on both sides of the football so far.
Roncalli's playing downhill both ways. They got their ears pinned back there. They're just putting pressure at all levels. The guys up front are doing their job, getting in depth. We're talking about the linebackers, how they're flowing. The DBs are press covering them, so you don't have any room to throw the ball. Then offensively, our linemen are just pushing them, getting seams in there. And Hueler was patient. He let them get 2 throws in there for touchdowns, and then said, "Okay, I'm going to take over now," and just ran the heck out of the ball in that second quarter there. And again, it's every element is clicking right now, and even you bring in your second quarterback, Caden Gordon, he gets a pass and gets a nice first down there, and actually had a good second pass there. It just wasn't caught, but again, it's fun to play in these kind of games, and I still think. Coach had called the timeouts. I think the first one was to yell at the kids because they jumped off sides in that one. I think he called the second timeout thinking, hey, we get the ball back, we can do this. They get the ball back and they go, 3 and out, and they got a punt. So he's mad on the sideline. I think he's mad at the team because there's I waste my timeouts. You guys blow it, we don't get a score. Volk stands up and says, I'll take care of this, coach. And he takes the 6, and the coach has got to be pretty happy now saying, now I don't have anything to yell at.
And I thought it was a matter of time we were going to get a pick 6 tonight, just because as much as they've been throwing to the flats, I was expecting a corner to jump a route.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it to come from a defensive lineman.
No.
But, Owen did a great job. That's not an easy thing to do when
that ball's coming
quick.
Yeah, I know.
And he was able to catch it. And
Second straight week he's made that play. Last week it was the play late in the game that sealed the win and allowed Roncalli to run the clock out at Columbus North. 35-0 our score here at the break. We'll take our first break. When we come back, we'll have our fall sports update. Lots of good things going on with the other fall sports around campus. We'll talk more about this one. We'll take you up to the start of the second half. 35-0 our score. At the break, Roncalli leads Guerin Catholic. We're back after this on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network. Baron Hueler for his 9th 100-yard game in the last 10. Baron scoring 2 touchdowns in the second quarter. Roncalli getting both of the takeaways, a fumble recovery and the pick 6 by Owen Volk. Guerin Catholic rushing for 26 yards on 20 carries, and the passing yards 53 for Guerin Catholic. Roncalli combining between Aidan Leffler and Caden Gore for 78. Time of possession, maybe the most telling stat, the 2 most telling stats of the night in this first half. Average drive start for Roncalli at the 48. For Guerin at the 27, Roncalli started 2 of its 5 possessions in plus territory. Meanwhile, Guerin Catholic started in its own 27 on average. But Guerin Catholic's time of possession almost double Roncalli's. Guerin Catholic had the ball for almost 16 minutes in that first half. Roncalli just 8 and change, but really speaks to how quickly Roncalli was able to get the ball up and down the field.
I'm hearing cheerleaders chant scoreboard for some reason right now when you talk about that.
No question.
But
no question.
And it's the offense that Guerin's running. Obviously, you got you're lining up behind center. You're running the ball a lot. Although they've passed a little bit more than I thought they would, but that's going to take a little bit more time. And Roncalli's just scoring in every element.
Well, and you look, Jagger Albert, the feature back for Guerin Catholic, has 29 yards on 14 carries. There are teams on Guerin Catholic's schedule going forward where he will run for 100 yards plus and more. He's a good back. And the fact that Roncalli has gang tackled him, Steve, rarely has he had a run tonight where he hasn't been tackled by 2 and 3 linebackers.
Yeah, there's just no running lanes. And like Dan had mentioned earlier, our linebackers have been running free. The defensive line's done a great job of keeping the offensive line from getting to the next level. And it's Tyson Garrett and Sean Sinovic and Skylar Phillips have been taking advantage and tackled really well tonight.
Well, and the only play from scrimmage that Guerin has had tonight longer than 9 yards was the pass down the sideline where Albert got free and bobbled it and caught it his own bobble and was able to run up the sideline for 25 yards. That's the only time he's tonight been able to run in space.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what the follow-up was to that. Maybe I was just making a point.
I'm still want to say that you talk about him running for 100 yards, in the future. They've got to play Chittard next week, if I'm not mistaken. So
they do.
It'll be a couple weeks before he has a chance to run 100 yards. But
well, and they've got that's a great point because they missed out on 2 games because they had to shut their program down due to COVID concerns, and then they had an out-of-state team scheduled in Michigan later in October. At most, they're going to play 6 games going into the state playoffs.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of opportunities. I mean, this is already game 3 for them. They're only going to have 3 games left on the schedule before the state tournament, whereas Roncalli and most other teams are going to have 4.
And in their sectional is Brebeuf, who they just got beat 28-7.
Yeah, let's take a second to talk about that. There are 5 of the top 10 teams in the state in 3A are in that sectional.
Right.
You've got Chittard at number. You've got Chittard currently ranked number 2. West Lafayette is 4. Brebeuf is 6. North Montgomery is 4-0. They're ranked 7th, and Guerin comes in ranked 10th.
Yeah, you hope you play Yorktown in that group.
Let me just tell you, it's really Chittard and everybody else.
No question.
Oh, no question.
No question.
Yeah, you just don't want to play Chittard first, but
or second if you can.
Or
avoid
second,
it.
yeah. If you get to the end. Hope they have a COVID case, maybe. That's your only chance. That's awful. Steve, that is awful.
On that note, I'm going to transition out and bail Dan out and talk about our fall sports update. Girls golf team lost to Park Tudor on Monday. Elsie Kerr shot a team best 48. They split on Wednesday night, losing to Franklin Central but beating Ben Davis. Kerr again led the way with a 42. Golf sectionals are Monday afternoon at the Legends in Franklin, so good luck to the girls team in sectional on Monday. Volleyball team with a 1-match week and winning a conference match 3-1 at Brebeuf Jesuit on Tuesday night. Emma Halter with 30 digs and Olivia Murphy 17 kills in that one. They'll play at Perry Meridian on Monday. Boys soccer team defeated Cecina Memorial on Tuesday night 3-0 on senior night. Goals from senior Connor Mahoney as well as junior Sam Gantner and Jair Ramirez. The boys will host Franklin Central tomorrow night in a big rivalry game here at 7:30. Girls soccer team lost to Brebeuf 1-0 on Tuesday night on a late goal. They will play Franklin Central here on tomorrow night at 6. So a girl-boy varsity doubleheader tomorrow night for soccer. That'll be a good matchup. Boys tennis team on a little bit of a roll, winning all three of their matches this week. 3-2 conference win over Heritage Christian on Monday night. Tyler Schofield and Ty Ransburg winning singles. Doubles team of Josh Warman and Cole Alzea winning their match. 5-0 was the score at Ben Davis on Wednesday night. Among the winners there were Callum Kogel at 3 singles and the number 1 doubles team of Sam Lukaku and Liam Moore. Team then won 4-0 over Cardinal Ritter on Thursday. Liam Moore came back and won at number 3 singles. In that match on Thursday, the team lost a combined 1 game in the 4 matches. They'll host Beast Grove on Monday night in the first round of the Marion County Tournament. Finally, cross-country teams both finished in 6th place at the All-Catholic Championships last Saturday at Guerin Catholic. Lauren Turk was the top girls finisher, and Evan Baker led the boys. Girls running tomorrow morning in the Riverview Health Invitational at Northview Church in Carmel, while the boys will run in the Ray Gherkin Cross Country Invitational, hosted by Jennings County at Muscatatuck County Park, down just south and west of North Vernon. We'll take our second and final break here in the halftime show. When we come back, we'll take you up to the start of the second half. Roncalli leads 35-0 at the break. Back with more after this on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
Every day we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game, because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like. Every day we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure.
More information.
Let's go into school, Chad. Oh, hold up, Brad. We didn't put our masks on. Good idea. Now let's go.
Don't be like Brad and Chad. Make sure you wear your mask over your nose and your mouth to prevent the spread of COVID. Visit cdc.gov/coronavirus for more information.
Copy that. Rob Brown, Dan Bauer, Steve Wilson back with you on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network. Roncalli leading Guerin Catholic at the break, 35-0. I'll remind you that with the 35-0 lead, that triggers the running clock, which that became a rule last year. Anytime a team takes a 35-point lead in the second half or at halftime, a running clock is initiated, and it does not matter. We were asked during the breakdown that it does not matter if Guerin Catholic scores next and makes it a 28-point game. That does not stop the running clock. The running clock is going here for the duration over the final the final 24 minutes.
When I first heard that last year, I kind of disagreed with it a little bit because it just seems unfair to that team that maybe starts a comeback, a slow start or whatever, and they start to mount back. That's obviously shortening their opportunities to make a comeback. But after seeing it last year, I'm like, now that's I like the rule because there's not many opportunities that happens, right, Bob?
Well,
get that thing running and keep it going.
We appreciate everyone tuning in with us tonight. The Davies are listening. Fran and Marty tuning in. Appreciate that. McGills are also listening. Cassie McGill checking in. Appreciate the McGills down in Center Grove taking in the action this evening. Wait, I'm I know we're in the booth here, Dan. We do have the windows open, as we like to do, regardless of temperature. You've got T-shirt and shorts on. I've got khakis and a golf shirt on with an undershirt. I know offensive coordinator Kevin Bonich for Roncalli is up on the roof tonight, but
he looked like it was about 30 degrees.
He's dressed like he's washing cars in November. He's got 2 jackets on and gloves.
Yeah, it must be colder up top.
Oh, my. It was a little breezy, but my goodness. Well, we are just nearing the top of the hour, so before we get this third quarter underway, let's go ahead and take care of some business, pausing for this brief station identification, reminding you you're listening to Roncalli Football on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network. I appreciate everyone spending part of your Friday night with us. So glad you're with us. Rob Brown, Dan Bauer alongside. Steve Wilson's down the sideline. Bob Sues-Mike, our statistician, is here. After a week on the road with an abbreviated staff, as Peaches and Herb would say, reunited, and it feels so good to have everybody back together. Our great crew providing you all the pictures and sounds on our video feed tonight. Our director is Spencer Sims. Graphics operator Reese Gosser. Ethan Gorski and Hannah Taylor on the cameras tonight. Mallory Dwyer is our production assistant. Our on-site producer, Stefan Welsh. Luke Jones handling things on the audio side. And our CBS Sports 1430 flagship on the north side of Indianapolis. Great crew. Would put them up against any in the state on a Friday night. To hear that Brian Woodruff tuning in tonight alongside Andrew and Benjamin. From the Woodruff setup, that's one of the top basements in Johnson County. You and I have both
I've been there.
Punched our tickets there. That's a setup now. That is a setup. Well, we're going to put our memory skills to the test here in this second half in terms of anticipate that Roncalli will go a little deeper into the roster here in the second half. And we'll see some faces that we may not have seen much of. But I look down there right now, Dan, it looks like the normal kick return crew is down there on the field. You see most of the familiar faces. Roncalli receiving the kickoff here to start the second half after deferring. Number 10, Addison Lucian is the kicker. He handles the field goals and the PATs for Guerin Catholic, but after being shut out in the first half, he did not have much action. By much, I mean none. Deep for Roncalli, Ryan Papandrea and Dominic Brown. Papandrea had 3 returns of 25 yards or more last week at Columbus North, including a 44-yarder. We're set to start the second half. Roncalli leading 35-0. Lucian, a high end-over-ender. That's Papandrea takes on a hop at the 11. Stutter step move out to the 20 before he's wrestled down at the 24. Guerin Catholic pulling at the ball, trying to force a turnover. Ryan hangs on.
Tell you what,
takes it out to the 24.
That ball short hopping right there, right into his knees, basically. I mean, he did a great job of getting his hands down.
Tough handle there.
Yeah, that's an athletic move right there, and no one really paid attention.
Aidan Leffler is the Roncalli quarterback to start the second half. Carmel leading Lawrence North 23-14, mid-third. Baron Huebler still in the ball game. Leffler sends Lockard in motion. Touch pass across the formation on the jet sweep. Lockard turns up the field, and he's knocked out of bounds, ushered out on his feet. Let's see where they spot him out at the 35.
We talked about the guys on the right side of the line. I don't think Luke Skartvedt is our left tackle, Grant Ray the left guard, and Sam Secrest is the center. And again, we had Drew Clouse getting the start at guard and Trevor Lauck at tackle.
Pickup of 6.
Give some love to the big guys.
Fade down the sideline, overthrown. Intended for Cole Beckman. They ran Lockard across the formation again in that sweep action and faked the hand to him and tried Beckman one-on-one down the sideline, and it was slightly overthrown, incomplete. Good coverage, too, by Rode. Danny Rode. He's been kind of their main guy in coverage tonight, number 18. 3rd and 4 here for Roncalli at the 30. Leffler, give to Hueler. Barron makes the first man miss. He's into the secondary. Make that Gallagher. Beg your pardon. That's Michael Gallagher.
Showing some moves.
Michael Gallagher, beg your pardon, working his way up the field. So Michael Gallagher in the feature back slot here in this second half. Great carry out to the 43, pickup of 13, and a first down.
Well, he
matches Michael's longest carry of the year.
He made some great left and right moves, but then finished off strongly as he ran
he made
over
that
the
Hueler
tackler.
Jump cut.
Yeah, he did.
Swing pass to Lockard. He can't get it. Over his hand, incomplete. It was forward. That was very close to being a backwards pass. But it's incomplete. Second down. Second down and 10. At the Roncalli 43. 35-0 the score. Home team leading, Roncalli. 3 minutes gone here in the third quarter. Michael Gallagher, the feature back position for Roncalli. Takes the second down give, covers the football, makes a move. He's into the secondary. He's got another first down. Out across the 50, down to the 46 of Guerin Catholic. Michael Gallagher getting some action here in this third quarter. You would presume that Hueler is done for the night with 2 scores and 142 yards to his credit.
When I like Michael, he got going up to the line of scrimmage really quick. Then he kind of put the brakes on a little bit, let the line get up in front of him, and then followed him up through there. Real patient run.
1st and 10 at the 46. Leffler gives to Gallagher again. This time he slams ahead for 1 or 2. Ran right up the back of his center, Sam Secrest. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. Second down and 10. 2 receivers either side. Leffler, long count. Drops to throw. Tries Lockard. Overthrown at the 15-yard line. Kyle tried to run under it, but he let him just a yard too much. Incomplete. The ball falls harmlessly at the 15. Running in coverage was Adam Novellin, number 27. 3rd and 10 for Roncalli.
So when he let go of that ball, I thought it was going to be way overthrown again, but it ended up being.
Lockard almost ran underneath it. Yeah,
it was a good pass.
Fastest player on the roster. Lucas Erickson in as a slot receiver left side. And the pass is caught by Erickson. Right upfield to 35. Leffler was hit as he threw it on a blitz by Max McGreal, and Lucas Erickson makes his first catch of the season. Down to the 33-yard line, pickup of 13 and a first down.
Well, you have 2 slant patterns out there that allow him to just kind of pick
number 10,
whoever
Lucas Erickson.
Is in the best position with the defensive person, and he doesn't need touch on that ball. It is a rocket throw right from the beginning because you want it to get from point A to B quickly so that defensive back doesn't have a chance to step in on it.
1st and 10 at the Guerin Catholic 33. Leffler drops to throw. Pocket collapses. He rolls right. He guns it to Lockard in the end zone.
Oh, got it!
Over the shoulder catch. What a circus catch for a touchdown. What a catch by Kyle Lockard in the back corner of the end zone. Over the shoulder for the touchdown. Oh, my.
Again, there's no way I thought he's going to get there for that one. And he just laid out, stuck to his hands, and he pulled it in. Fantastic catch.
Kyle Lockard, 33 yards, and the score, his first touchdown catch of the year. 3rd touchdown pass of the game for Leffler. It's 41-0. 6:09 to go here in the half. Or in the third quarter, rather. Clock is running. And Russell knocks it through. What a catch by Kyle Lockard. 42-0 our score. Let's go ahead and take a break. Third quarter, Roncalli leads. Back after this on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network. Rob Brown, Dan Bauer, Steve Wilson back with you. Roncalli, first possession to start the third quarter. Drives 76 yards, capped by Kyle Lockard's first touchdown catch of the season. 33-yard catch.
Rob,
6:01 to go.
That looked to me like it was a conversation in the locker room where we got a big lead. We're not going to leave you guys out there too long. Coach, let us have one series, just one series. And we saw what one series provided for the fans.
Russell hits a knuckleball to the 10-yard line, fielded by Nickel, number 37, and he's tripped up just across the 25. Johnny Roeder in there again. The broken record. And a lot of Roncalli's first-string defense still out there. Most of the familiar numbers, 1st and 10 at the 25.
Man, they got a couple of guys.
You say John Kesterson, a senior's out there, number 48. First time we've seen John tonight. 1st and 10 for Guerin Catholic at the 25-yard line. Clock is running here in the second half. Roncalli leads 42-0. Miller in the flat. Pass is caught by Albert. He accelerates to the sideline, turns up the field. Nice move before he's knocked out of bounds. Going side to side. That's a nice tackle by Daniel O'Connor, number 53, in there at a linebacker spot. But Albert, enough for a first down out to the 36, pickup of 11.
That play's good for a first down.
Lutheran all over Cascade tonight, 56-7. 1st and 10 at the 36. Miller fakes the give, now keeps it himself. Up the middle, got back to the line of scrimmage. That looked like a busted play.
Yeah.
Sean Sinovic in on the stop. Miller was able to pick up 2 out to the 38. 2nd down and 8. I appreciate Adam Savato listening tonight, watching, taking things in. 2nd and 8, Roncalli leading 42-0. 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Miller back in shotgun. Drops the throw, pass in the flat, caught by Edwards, immediately tackled. Pickup of maybe 4 out to the 42. Still shy of the line to gain, he needed the 46. Johnny Roeder and Ryan Henry team up on the stop. 3rd down and 4 for Guerin Catholic. 3rd down and 4. At the 42, clock rolling, 42-0 the score. Roncalli leads. Miller gives to Albert. Albert cuts into the secondary. He's got a first down out across the 50 before he's tackled by Michael Hegwood at the 45-yard line of Roncalli. Nice move by Jagger Elbert. And a nice run of 13 yards to the Roncalli 45, first down. First down. Inside 3 minutes to go, third quarter. It's been all Roncalli tonight. Home team leading 42-0. Miller on the delayed give to Albert. He turns right corner, up the field, accelerating for a burst out down to the 40. Giving 5. Johnny Roeder in on the stop. Tommy Brownfield as well. Tommy has a sack to his credit tonight, first of the season. One of 2 Roncalli sacks in that first half. Sean Sinovic picked up the other. 2nd and 5 at the Roncalli 40. Miller with 2 receivers left, 1 to the right, in shotgun. Give again to Albert. Tries the right side. Move forward. Nice job by Albert and his offensive line to move the pile forward to the 35, and that's enough to move the chains. They unpile the stack. Tommy Brownfield and Daniel O'Connor, the last 2 defenders to unpile. But a good hard run by Albert moves the chains, 1st and 10. This is the best looking drive Guerin Catholic's had tonight. Golden Eagles had just 4 first downs prior to this drive. They have 3 on this one. 1st and 10 at the Roncalli 35. Inside 100 seconds to go, third quarter. Low snap. Miller in the flat. Pass behind Edwards, incomplete. About 5 yards upfield. Incomplete. Second down. Caden Meek is in, a defensive back, number 23. Joey Milto in another corner. Like a completely new secondary out there. Michael Hegwood and Joey Milto in at the corners. And the sophomore Andrew Ball alongside the senior Caden Meek at the safety spots. 2nd and 10. Clock is rolling despite the incomplete pass due to the running clock. Guerin trying to get
doing a fireman's drill here.
The formation aligned. Play clock is at 3. Miller gets the play off. Quarterback draw up the middle, pickup of a couple before he's tackled at the 33. Luke Schwartz on the stop. Luke and Owen Volk still in the ball game, as is Tommy Brownfield. Kesterton, the only new face in on the D-line. 3rd down and 9. Give Miller 1 on the quarterback draw, and this may be the final play, although Guerin comes to the line with 12 seconds left in the quarter. Let me try and get one off here. And Miller does indeed get the snap off. 3rd down and 9. Drops straight back, now he runs. Cuts back inside. Leans inside the 30. He's about 5 yards shy of the line to gain. That's the final play of the third quarter. A quickly moving third quarter. So it'll be 4th down and 5 at the Roncalli 30 when we come back at the end of 3. Our score on the Beck's board. Roncalli 42. Guerin Catholic nothing. Stay tuned. We're back. 4th quarter around the bend after this on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network. Rob Brown, Dan Bauer, Steve Wilson back with you. 4th down and 5 for Guerin Catholic at the Roncalli 30 to start the 4th quarter. Miller drops, screen pass to Edwards. He's behind the line of scrimmage. He needs the 25. He spins. He's tackled right there. It's close. Daniel O'Connor on the tackle, and they gave him the 1st down. Boy, it was right on the line to gain. Luke Schwartz in on the stop as well. So Edwards was able to twist his way to the 1st down. So the drive continues for the Golden Eagles. 1st and 10 at the Roncalli 25. 42-0, Roncalli leads. Miller, give to Albert. Nice cut up the middle before he's ankle tackled at the inside the 20 to the 19. Johnny Rader on the stop, pickup of 6. Center Grove defeats North Central tonight 47-0. That's the number 3 team in the state. Second down and 4 at the Roncalli 19. Guerin driving, trailing 42-0. Miller, low snap, passing the flat to Edwards. Roncalli has him hemmed in, and looks like a tackle for loss back to the 21, so a loss of 2. Johnny Rader was the first there, and then Tommy Brownfield helped finish him off. Well, Johnny Rader getting a workout tonight.
Yeah, he is.
Loss of 2, 3rd down and 6 at the 21. 3rd down and 6 at the 21. 10 minutes and change to go in this one. Roncalli leads 42-0. Miller drops straight back. Plenty of time. Throws, and the pass is batted down. Tommy Brownfield got 2 hands on it and slammed it down to the turf. Batted away.
Getting so used to defensive linemen getting that pick right there that I was kind of expecting it to be another one.
Good point.
But
Ben Davis and Warren in a tight one. The Giants leading 15-14 over Warren Central. 4th down and 6 here at the 21 of Roncalli. Guerin Catholic down 42-0. Miller drops straight back. Brings it back, throws toward the end zone, has a man, incomplete. Overthrown, intended for Max McGreal at the goal line, number 2. Max McGreal, the intended receiver, and Roncalli takes over on downs. Johnny Roeder in coverage. Roncalli takes over. Let's go down to Steve Wilson. I want to check back in with Steve. Steve, I want to talk about what you saw from Michael Gallagher on that previous possession running the football.
Gallagher did a great job. I'd never really seen that much lateral movement from him, but he did a couple jump cuts. But at the end of the day, he knows where the goal line is, and he lowered the shoulder and finished some runs really strong.
Now 1st and 10 for Roncalli, and Gallagher gets the give, tries to turn upfield, spins out of some initial contact, and able to work his way out to the 22. That could have been a 2 or 3 yard loss. Caden Gore is in at quarterback for Roncalli. Pickup of 2. Caden Gore in at quarterback. 3 receivers wide side. We'll get those for you here in a minute. Gallagher is the tailback to Gore's left on 2nd and 8. Low snap. Gore keeps it on the fake. Caden into the secondary before he's neck tackled at the 31 by Ryan Good, or Danny Rhodes, excuse me. Gore gets a 1st down to the 32. So pickup of 9 on the play. 1st and 10.
he came out of it really low. I'm not sure if he got pulled by the running back in the mesh pocket there, but he came out real low. The defense didn't see him.
Caden gives to Gallagher. He makes the first man miss and able to dart his way back to the line of scrimmage before a wall of white shirts pushes him back. No gain there for Gallagher. And they gave him one. Give him one out to the 23, or the 33. 2nd down and 9. 7 minutes to go. Roncalli leads 42-0. All sorts of new faces into the contest. So Eli Crouch is in at a wideout, number 1. Sam Gallagher in as well as a wideout, as is number 29, Zach Arman. Gore. Long count, give to Gallagher. Michael cuts outside, lowers his shoulder, and initiates some contact. Again, gets back to the line of scrimmage. And they gave him one, it looks like. 3rd down and 8. Braden Hall on the stop. 3rd down and 8. A little bit of a fire drill component to the formations at the moment. Trying to get guys in the right spots. Maybe guys that normally don't play together. 3rd down and 8. Gore drops the throw. Has a man, incomplete. Over the middle. Intended for number 19, Gabe Horn.
I was going to say, you always kind of feel sorry for a guy like Gallagher back there who's, obviously proven he's a great runner. But when you've got this fire drill going on with the guys up front especially, and you're not sure if they even know what their assignments are by the time they're running in, and then next thing you know, you're staring down 4 defensive guys who haven't been touched, who are kind of mad at this point. It makes it tough running.
John Troxell back at his own 20 to punt it away. Deep for the Golden Eagles, Elijah Edwards, number 5, at the 35. Low snap. Troxell picks it up. The ball is loose, and now Troxell has to run with it, and he's tackled back at the 18. That goes back. That goes for actually he's tackled back at the 15. So that goes as a lost a tackle for lost rushing yards to Troxell. Back to the 15. But Guerin Catholic gets a short field. The clock is rolling inside 5 minutes. But a short field for the Golden Eagles here. 1st and 10 at the Roncalli 15. New quarterback is Jack McGowan, number 7 for Guerin Catholic, a sophomore. He throws in the flat. He airmails it over Albert, incomplete. Again, that's number 7, Jack McGowan, the new quarterback for Guerin Catholic, 5'10", 150-pound sophomore. And going old school, Dan. He's running to the bench to get the play and then running back to the huddle.
That is old school.
2nd down and 10 at the 15. McGowan drops the throw again. Pumps, looks over the middle, incomplete at the goal line. Edwards jumped, number 5, had a chance at it. Andrew Ball was also in coverage. Ball a little high, but he had a chance at that one.
He did have a chance at it. He had visions of INT in his eyes there.
3rd down and 10 at the Roncalli 15. Clock rolling, 3.5 minutes to go. Roncalli leads 42-0. McGowan drops the throw, quick pass in the flat, caught, tackle broken, and finally brought down. That's number 84.
I'm told that's Jack Cherry. It's not who's on the roster, but
that's Jack Cherry?
That's what a text told me.
Number 84 is Jack Cherry. Okay.
I'll confirm it here.
Confirm that, please. Jack Cherry, a sophomore. Or a freshman, beg your pardon. We'll get that confirmed. 4th down and 3. He was tackled short. So 4th and 3 at the 8. McGowan gives to Albert. Try to get outside. The Rebels hem him in. Not there.
Good defense.
Joe Curd was there, as was Nolan Tunney. Andrew Ball also there, so Roncalli turns him over on downs. And that'll about do it. It's all Beech Grove tonight. 41-6 in the 3rd quarter over George Washington. 1st and 10 for Roncalli at its own 10. They'll run the clock out here. Caden Gore gives to Gallagher, barging his way right up the right hash, straight up the middle. Michael Gallagher out to the 15, call it the 16. Out to the 16, give him 6. Anthony Ferrucci on the stop. Gallagher again to give, barging his way.
I don't think that's Gallagher. They brought him out, but I can't tell who it is. Is it Curd? Luke Hansen.
Luke Hansen on the carry.
Sophomore. 38.
Luke Hansen on the carry, his 2nd of the year. And a give straight up the middle, nothing much there.
Is that Caden Meek, 23?
Seeing the end pile the stack.
Yeah, 23.
Caden Meek on the carry, number 23. So a loss of 2 on the play for Meek. Now it's 4th and 3. Play clock is ahead of the game clock, so Roncalli does have to run a play here. 4th and 3 at the Roncalli 17. Gore in the shotgun. Give to Meek. And Meek
good run.
Barging his way up the field.
Ball,
the ball's on the ground, but it looks like Roncalli recovered. Yep. It was recovered. Recovery by Zach Armand, number 29. So a first down. So Roncalli fumbles. Armand recovers the first down, and that's the final play of the game. So it's all Roncalli tonight here at the stadium. Roncalli runs out to a 35-0 halftime lead and never looks back. It's all Roncalli tonight. Roncalli improves to 3-1 on the season and gets his first conference win of the year. Our final tonight from the stadium. Roncalli defeats Guerin Catholic by the score of 42-0. Stay tuned. We'll step out, come back, tell you all about it on the postgame show. Coming up next on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
America, land of the free. It's at the core of who we are. Freedom. The freedom to live without fear, to drive through all 50 states, to sleep safely in our own beds, the freedom to jog where we please, to watch birds in the park, to wear a hoodie, the freedom to breathe. Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because no matter your religion, gender, disability, age, race, all lives can't matter until Black Lives Matter.
We're so thrilled to have Peyton Manning's name on our children's hospital. But we are a hospital designed for kids.
And then the halfback went in motion and then ran a slant route across the middle. Try to get a linebacker isolated on him. I like this beat. It's nice. Give me some more bass. A little more bass here. These are nice. Wish they had them at the adult hospital next door. I think I'm gonna make this giraffe green.
That's crazy.
Might be right. Let's go red right, scat right, 585, wide drag. On two. Ready? Break. Nice ride. Y'all have these in blue? Can you hear this?
There's only one Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, offering world-class compassionate care for your child. Schedule primary ER or specialist care online.
Thanks, Peyton. We've got this.
Oh, okay. That's where they go.
Well, welcome back to Bob Tolley Field at Roncalli Stadium. This is the Steve's Flower and Gifts postgame show. I'm Dan Bauer, normally joined by Bob Seuss-Michael, but he's working on some statistical issues right now, so Steve Wilson is joining me. Steve, obviously in Game 4 of Week 5, Roncalli had a really nice, and we kind of expected it. We talked about the Guerin only coming in there in their third game and a little bit smaller, coming down from the 3A school. I think they've got some bright spots, but they're young, they're small, and Roncalli just kind of took advantage of that tonight.
Yeah, the bigger, stronger, faster football team prevailed.
Mm-hmm.
Roncalli looked really good. I mean, there's nothing that I can criticize on either side of the football. They were very sound defensively and very efficient offensively.
Well, I don't think I actually said the score there. Roncalli won tonight 42-0. Obviously had a 35-0 lead at halftime. So, the second half they didn't, put a lot of points on extra. They did do the one touchdown in the first series. Looked really good throwing the ball a little bit to get that touchdown and kind of dominated that series for sure. But with the running clock, obviously we flew in the second half because, once that clock gets going, and especially with a team like Guerin who they were lining up in the I-back kind of running the ball. They didn't throw it all that much, so the clock just kept running, and the game went really quickly in that second half.
And I'm telling you what, that catch by Kyle Lockard was one of the best catches I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, that was incredible. He was on.
Were you down in that corner?
Yes, he was he was on the post route and seen his quarterback in trouble, rolling to his right, so he adjusted back to the corner. And, I mean, he caught the ball on the end of his fingertips at full speed, adjusting to the football. It was an unbelievable catch.
Yeah, that was a cool catch.
Great throw, too.
Well, and while we're talking about plays, let's talk about Baron Hueler. I know we've praised him a lot tonight, but and we talked a couple of weeks ago where this year he's come out. It seems like he's got just a little bit better vision. He's making cuts, and then he's got a speed this year that he gets up to it quickly. And when he gets a little bit of space, he is gone.
Yeah,
there is the defense is kind of in a slow. They're playing in the mud, and he's not somehow.
And what is so impressive about guys that are that fast in high school, they want to try and score on every play. And sometimes that ends up having a negative play or no gain.
Right.
He knows when he's not going to score. He lowers his shoulder and puts his head down and gets 3 or 4 yards, which keeps you in front of the chains. That's a big, big deal when you're play calling, and it's just a smart football play.
Well, and there's not too many running backs out there that have the ability to outrun you or the ability to run you over. And he's not a big kid.
No,
I mean, you don't
but
look
he's
at
strong.
him, but he's very strong. You can tell he's been in the weight room a lot.
He's strong, and as a defender at the second level, you have to play him honest because he will go around you, and if you're sitting there flat-footed, he's going to lower the shoulder and run over you. It's a terrible place to be for a defender.
Yes, it is.
But he's he can do it all, and I mean he's selfless. He blocks, he pass blocks, he can catch, he can run, he can.
When you saw tonight a couple of times where the linebackers from Guerin were keying on him, and you had Lockard coming around on the jet sweeps a little bit. You had Leffler keeping it, on some plays. Those linebackers are not willing to give up on Hueler because he will kill you if you guess wrong.
Right.
So he's keeping the defense honest and giving those other guys a little extra yard or two just because the defense can't go after them until they know he doesn't have the ball.
Absolutely, and we were efficient throwing the ball. Leffler was efficient running the ball, so was Gallagher. There was a lot, and there's just a lot to deal with on our offense tonight. And it all starts with Baron, and like you said, the defense keen on him. And if you overdo that, you're going to get burned elsewhere. You just pick your poison.
Let's talk about our defense a little bit tonight. I mean, they pinned their ears back and really went after Guerin. Did you like what you saw? I mean, or was it just a mismatch that they just took advantage of?
It was, and I mean, we have the last 2 weeks we've played quarterbacks that were really, really good. They could beat you with their feet and with their arm. And no offense to this kid tonight, but he didn't have the arm strength, and he didn't have the escapability.
Right.
He was outmanned, and our defensive front really put some heat on them up front, and he was in a tough spot. But if you can't throw the ball downfield effectively, that really limits you, and it really, like you said, it gets the defense playing downhill. And
right.
We were very effective tonight.
Well, what I did like, Steve, is before we were, they had the ads going, and I was watching the Guerin team. Normally you have a big hubbub in the middle of the field where you're shaking hands. Obviously, they're not doing that right now. So you kind of get the wave, and then as Catholic schools, they'll go over and they'll say their prayers as their own teams, and then they'll kind of jog off the field. Guerin had their players up looking at the scoreboard, and Jagger Albert, their running back, was up in the front of them. And obviously we can't hear him up here, but all of them had their helmets off. They were all silent, and he was talking and not talking friendly, and kept pointing at that scoreboard. And I have a feeling you're going to see this will be a growth opportunity for Guerin High School, because you'll love to see a leader up there not taking this game lightly and being mad that the scoreboard was so one-sided.
Yeah.
Not that they didn't win the game, but the way that they lost the game
is
what he's not happy about.
And unfortunately, like we talked about earlier, they're going from the fire into the frying pan
Yeah,
with Chatard next week.
Waiting for it.
So
that's not good.
He might be doing that again next week too. But they do got a lot of they're just good hard-nosed football players. But they were just physically outmanned tonight, and I know they're not happy about that, but there's no reason to beat yourself up. You got beat by a better football team tonight.
Yeah, and that's again a lesson learned. And they've got some young players. They'll grow. They'll have some guys step in there, and they'll get there someday. But a great night for Roncalli. Again, Roncalli victorious on the scoreboard, 42-0. So they got the shutout. They got the offense rolling. The defense pinning their ears back, and just a beautiful night for Roncalli.
And it's disappointing. The Brebeuf got canceled. Because they put a whooping on us the last 2 years, because I was really looking forward to playing them again. But we pick up Lafayette Harrison, who I believe they scored 77 points last week. 55 points and lost.
Right.
So the defense better be ready. We're going to face an offense next week that's very good.
Yeah, you mentioned the Brebeuf loss last year. It was a loss 42-14, and that was another one that
and we scored first.
Yes, that was Roncalli had lost their first 4 games last year, then did beat Guerin last year, and then came back and lost to Brebeuf in a bad fashion, and then went on a roll where they won the next 5 games, I think, before they lost to Mount Vernon. So got things turned around, but it took them a while, and that was kind of the last bad taste in the mouth last year. With Brebeuf, and so they don't get that this year, but at least they get a game of some kind. So
absolutely,
that's the good news. But we should take a quick break here and let Rob step back in, because he's always itching to give his 2 cents on what happened tonight. But you're listening to the Roncalli Football on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
Skartvedt, as the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game, because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like.
I work out every day. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 24. COVID won't kill me.
I have antibodies. COVID won't kill
It's
me.
been a long week. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 25. COVID won't kill me.
I'm partying outside. COVID won't kill me.
I don't need to wear a mask around my friends. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 23. COVID won't kill me.
If I haven't gotten it yet, COVID won't kill me.
I'm young. COVID won't kill me.
Famous last words. Don't let them be yours. Socially distance. Mask up, America.
Rob Brown, Dan Bauer, Steve Wilson back with you for the final time tonight on our Steve's Flowers and Gifts post-game show. Roncalli with a pull-away 42-0 win over Guerin Catholic to get a conference win for the first time this season. One other thing we did not mention, tonight's game is Roncalli's first shutout of the season, first shutout since last year, winning in the first round of the sectional by the identical score, 42-0 over Frankfurt. Last time Roncalli had a shutout in the regular season, you have to go back to that undefeated season in 2016. when Roncalli shut Plainfield out in Week 4, 7-0. That was one of the craziest games in recent memory. Dan, you and I were both just dumbfounded at the end of that game. Roncalli mismanaged the end of the game clock and ended up giving Plainfield the ball back at the 3-yard line with one shot to tie the game on the final play, and they ran a running play, and I remember Ben Waleski tackled Plainfield's quarterback at the half-yard line as the clock hit triple zeros. That was the last time Roncalli had a shutout in the regular season prior to tonight.
Yeah, that was a crazy game, and well. and Plainfield wasn't ready for it, luckily.
No.
I think Plainfield was halfway into the locker room and
they
realized,
had half their guys
oh my
taking
gosh.
their pads off. Yeah, I thought the game was over. So let's look at some numbers tonight. Roncalli, total yards, 317 to Guerin's 139. Aidan Leffler, a very efficient 9 out of 14 for 125 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. And I don't want to wake up any kind of jinx whammy here, but Leffler has now gone 2 games without turning the ball over. And tonight was Tonight was the first time this year where he passed for over 125 yards, and we started to see a little rhythm from him and some confident throws down the field. 2 touchdowns tonight, over 30 yards.
Yeah, he looked good. They were good throws. He had a couple that got away from him, like the one down in the end zone that just went out of there. But he's got a little bit of touch. He's feeling a lot more confident, and those receivers are running good routes.
And I think the key to all that is he had a clean pocket, and he was able to step into his throws.
And Baron Hueler, we mentioned, rushed for 143 on 14 carries. 9th time, going back to last year, 9th time in 10 games he's topped 100 yards. And Michael Gallagher, we talked about him in the second half. He got an opportunity to get some meaningful carries, for him anyway, to get some reps. 7 carries, 34 yards. Very impressive, him finding the holes in that.
And he had a touchdown. Didn't he get a touchdown?
He had a touchdown reception.
Yeah, don't forget that touchdown.
In the second quarter. Good point, yes.
I talked to Grandpa before the game,
Absolutely.
and he said this is his game. He's going to get big, and he did get big.
To his credit, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Roncalli limiting Guerin to 78 passing yards and just 60 rushing yards, so 138 total yards for the Golden Eagles. By far a Roncalli opponent.
A short-sighted. Grandma believed it, too. Grandpa and Grandma were out there.
As you would expect. Roncalli got both of the takeaways tonight. The interception in the flat by Owen Volk that he converted into a 45-yard touchdown. That was a play late in the second quarter, and Roncalli also recovered a fumble in that second quarter as well. That was Dominic Brown. So Roncalli gets both of the takeaways that were registered tonight. So Roncalli now through 4 games is a +5 on the takeaway side. And not a lot of penalties tonight. I know I left him in the bag.
Oh.
A lot of penalties tonight. Just 3 for 20.
notice.
Just 3 for 29 for Roncalli, 2 for 16 for Guerin Catholic. But given the fact we played 2 full quarters with a running clock, you would not expect to see as many penalties. And just a very quick moving second half, which we appreciate.
And of course, the one penalty we did see, I kind of complained and Bob got all over me for it. But was that in the second half or was that the first half?
First half.
Ah, it was. All right at the end.
Let's talk about our player of the game tonight, brought to us by Ortho Indy. There's a lot of different ways we could go. Steve threw out a couple suggestions during our break. He suggested Sean Sinovic, who was all over the field tackling. Johnny Roeder, who made a lot of special teams tackles.
That is a good one.
You're shaking your head in a no direction. What's your nomination?
Well, and I hate to always go back to the same old, but Barron's just plays so strong. I mean, oh man, he's just so good right now.
He didn't even play in the second half.
And he didn't play in the second half. And he didn't. Well, the first quarter he hardly played because they threw the ball the whole time. And he said, dang it, I'm going to start running all this. Give it to me.
His 143 was mostly in the second quarter.
You know what? I do like your Johnny Roeder. I mean, you called him all night long on special teams. And when he got his chance on the defense, he was all over the place. Scratch out my earlier suggestion. Let's go with him.
So the junior special teams ace, Johnny Roeder, he is tonight's Ortho Indy star of the game. At Ortho Indy, their mission is to provide the highest quality comprehensive bone, joint, spine, and muscle care to patients throughout the Midwest, the United States, and around the world. From diagnosis through recovery, their team is ready to get you back in the action. Choose Ortho Indy South to be your official orthopedic provider. Well, up next for Guerin Catholic, who falls to 1-2. As Steve mentioned, they'll take on Bishop Chatard next week in a conference rivalry game. That game will be played at Bishop Chatard up on the north side. Meanwhile, Roncalli had to make a little bit of a schedule adjustment yesterday. The guys talked about it a little bit in the previous segment. Brebeuf Jesuit has some COVID issues in their program, so they shut down for 2 weeks. Roncalli, though, quickly moving. Kudos to the athletic department, David Lauck and Jason Sims, for finding a quick replacement. So it's Lafayette Harrison, West Lafayette Harrison, I should be specific, is the opponent next Friday night. The Raiders of Class 5A will host Roncalli next Friday night. Game time yet to be determined. It's either going to be a 7 or 7:30 start. We're still working out our radio details, so watch your local social media outlets for the specifics on that. We hope to bring you that game next week. Again, we'll have some specifics for you on that either Monday or Tuesday. What we do know specifically, though, is that Roncalli will be facing Lafayette Harrison for the second time all-time. The two programs just played one other time, and that was back in the second round of the 2003 sectional. That game was here at the stadium, en route to Roncalli's second of 3 straight state titles. Lafayette Harrison came into that game with a 2-8 record, scored a touchdown in the first 90 seconds of the game, and then Roncalli answered with 28 unanswered points. Tim Sergi, who's now on the Roncalli coaching staff, ran for 270 yards in that game. Roncalli, again, winning the only other matchup, 28-7. But, guys, as we talked before we went on air tonight, that's a good game for Roncalli in that it's a big team. It's a 5A school. They're only a couple slots away from being a 6A school. They put points on the board. They've had 2 games already in the first 4 where they've scored over 50. And it's a team that has some size and some speed that will give Roncalli a very good test next Friday night.
Their quarterbacks are very good.
That's a good scouting report
That's
there.
That's a great scouting report.
They score a lot of points.
That's
are you assuming some stuff, or you have you seen them?
I haven't seen a lot on them yet.
Okay.
But I do know that much.
All right.
I
That's
know
cool.
they
We'll
score
take
points,
it.
We'll have some
and,
film.
the
We'll have
quarterback
some
is good.
film in the
I
next
wasn't
day or
smart
two.
enough to do my pre-work on
That is
that. I
in-depth.
still had stuff for Brebeuf down. So.
I really don't know. I just know they score that many points. The quarterback's got to be good, right?
That is some in-depth stuff right there.
Stands to reason.
Well, again, we hope to have that game for you. We'll know some specifics here early next week for that one. Next Friday night, Roncalli heads up to West Lafayette, about an hour and 15-minute ride up there. And, again, we hope to bring that game for you next Friday night. That'll about do it here from the stadium as Roncalli defeats Guerin Catholic by the score of 42-0. Tonight's broadcast has been a production of the Roncalli Media Network. Our executive producer is Gary Armbruster. Our network producer is Mr. Cole Dunbar. Our great crew on the video side tonight, our director Spencer Sims, graphics operator Reese Gosser, our camera operators Ethan Gorski and Hannah Taylor, and our production assistant Mallory Dwyer, our on-site producer Mr. Stefan Welsh. In our CBS Sports 1430 studios on the north side, Luke Jones doing a great job keeping us on track and on time. Bob Susmichael, our statistician tonight, and Steve Wilson on the sidelines. For my partner Dan Bauer, I'm Rob Brown. Again, our final tonight from the stadium. Roncalli improves to 3-1 with a 42-0 win over Guerin Catholic. Until we talk to you next time, on behalf of our entire Rebel Media Network crew, it's been Rob Brown saying, so long, everybody.